Where can you be a star athlete and a math superstar? Where can you prepare for graduate school or your dream job and make friends for the journey? Where can you challenge your mind and inspire your soul? Experience a transforming education at LaGrange College, one of the South's most affordable, highly ranked institutions. Learn more at lagrange.edu.
Shenlun Performing Arts invites you to travel to the magic world of ancient China. Experience a lost culture brought to life with incredible classical Chinese dance, magical scenery, and soul-stirring music. Shenlun. Coming to Atlanta Symphony Hall, January 5th through 14th. Tickets at shenlun.com/Atlanta or call 877-285-7469.
LaGrange, Georgia, Sweetland on Ice, November 17th through February 11th. Adults, kids, and group rates available. It's free just to hang out near the fire pit. Drinks, monthly movies, food truck Friday nights beginning in December. Weather updates and hour changes on the Facebook at Sweetland on Ice or Instagram at Sweetland on Ice Official. To book a party or learn more about a seasonal pass, contact Lizzie at sweetlandamp.com. Lizzie at sweetlandamp.com.
Hank Arnold here from Cowie the Force. Cowie the Force is Noonan's own addiction recovery support center. We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowetaforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location. 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Noonan. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great.
What's up? What's up?
Chicken 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Noonan.
You hear music. Do the lyrics speak to you on a deeper level? I'm Bruce Thornton. Join me and Donna Wood every Friday morning at 10:30 a.m. on WQEE 99.1 FM The Key for our show Lyrical Wisdom. Every week we will dive into the lyrics of songs and uncover hidden messages that we hope will leave you feeling inspired and enlightened. We know that our ideas may not always line up with yours, so this show will be an open discussion. Email us with ideas for songs at lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. Let's share some wisdom together.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of The Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Hey, sports fans. Weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. Drive time on WQEE. Braves Country is a Southern sports talk show with Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. That's Braves Country with Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. Weekdays, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Woo! My boy! Mac McGee.
Are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
Okay. And at the time period where they were going to start to discuss what was Dan Scavino's role.
At the time, I believe his title was social media director for the White House. It became deputy chief of staff at the time that the conversation in question took place.
Okay, when was that?
The conversation was on December 19th of 2020 at the White House Christmas party. And I emphasized to him, I thought that the claims and the ability to challenge the election results was essentially over because he said to me, kind of excited to him, well, we don't care and we're not going to leave. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, well, the boss, meaning President Trump, and everyone understood the boss, that's what we all called him. He said the boss is not going to leave under any circumstances. We are just going to stay in power. And I said to him, well, it doesn't quite work.
Hello, everyone. This is DJ Commando of the 45's Affair radio show, where I play all vital 45s. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, Noonan, Georgia.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you what, I'm right here, real deal. That's right, ladies and germs. Let's get this morning kicked off the way it needs to be kicked off. News, weather, traffic, sports, what's going on? Winter blast! What a winter storm! You're in lockdown. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm your host of the most and one, the only Ryan O'Neill, and of course, yes, I am the game. 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast. Shout it out loud across that RyanORadio media page. Earth, Rock, Radio, New Mexico, the Navajo Nation, Arizona, and right now you are listening to us live across the British Columbia, Isles of Canada, and the Jordan Communication of Family Radio Stations, East Alabama, West Georgia, including right here at 99.1 FM, WQEE The Key, home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, and the heartbeat of Atlanta. We're live, and we're East Alabama, West Georgia's radio station, all the way up to Montgomery, Alabama, to North Georgia. Everywhere you need to be and everywhere you should be. And to my haters, I got this to say to you. Listen up, haters. Yes, I am. I'm the man around here. We're getting kicked off here on a TGIF Friday morning. What's up? It is Friday, and we are here with you. And of course, so we're coming up within the next 3 periods. We got Holly Reese from Warrior Defenders will be with us. We're gonna talk with her, have a little discussion about some things. And we're going to get additional information from her. She's going to be in our final period this morning. She'll be on the air. Also, the winter storm blast is blasting up a storm across the country. Winter storm Jerry is blasting the nation this weekend with some snow and wild out conditions that are going to be shutting down some rain. We get some heavy rain today. Some of the schools in the Atlanta and Alabama areas are shut down because of flooding. Actually, some of those schools are going to be doing virtual learning, which is eventually going to be what everybody's going to go to. You know, AI is going to take over. Eventually, AI is going to take over all you guys' jobs out there while you're sitting there going, oh, no, I don't want to support somebody in radio and everything. We want you to be automated, but I don't want my job to be automated. We're all over the YouTube, Facebook pages. We're on the RyanORadio page, Penitentiary Facebook page, WQEE Facebook page. We're across some personal Facebook pages tagged and the YouTube page as well. Wanted to drop that in there. I forgot to tell you guys that. And anyway, oh yeah, this is making people go, what? That's right. So much going on. And like I was telling you guys, we're going to talk about a few different things, including some of the headlines. Israel at war. I'm going to give you some of the top headlines you can read on the Facebook page yourself. Your daily devotion. Great guest in the final period. We'll get you prepared for Wild Card Weekend. TNA Wrestling's Hard to Kill tomorrow night from Las Vegas. We'll give you a preview of that. And I've been noticing what I said is being true. Tell me when I'm telling lies. I've been telling you guys this for 7 years or more, and things are coming true. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Some of you just can't handle the truth, and I'm going to talk about it. Yes, no. There's no updates on the Epstein list or anything. I'm not going to get into all that. I mean, you got everybody else going, we're going to save the same 2,800 people that we. Or how many ever was on there? 60 people. We're going to keep repeating the same names over and over. We already know who's all on there. Okay? I want to get some additional details. All right. Yeah. But that's not what I'm talking about this morning. What are you talking about, Ryan? Well, I'm talking about what I told you was going to happen on the YouTube and the Spotify's and everything, about all the wannabe sitting in their mom's basements programs or wannabe podcasts, and everybody go, that's the future. Yes, the future of radio and personalities and people with the abilities to do things. Now people sitting here on mom's basement giving a conspiracy theory or slash lie, not somebody that's that's gone, that's really part of the division of this country. I saw a guy, I'm gonna talk about it. He's trying to blame YouTube now because of the people not downloading his shows as much. He's on Rumble and everywhere else. And it's like, I told you, if you're not ABC, NBC, all the major networks that are starting to take over YouTube, I don't care who you are. I don't care how many. I don't care if you got, say you got 2 million followers on your YouTube page. And we're going to talk about this. That don't mean that you're going to get all the, everybody's going to come to your page. People expect. You got a lot of young people that go, man, I didn't get a lot of people on the YouTube page on my show. I'm like, maybe it's you. You can't blame it on, well, everybody else does. Well, no, everybody else is not. But there ain't no buts to it. You have to have the abilities to do something for people to want to actually download and view and go. Algorithms, all of this make-believe stuff, I told you they don't push it out there unless you're spending millions and millions of dollars. Cheapskates. And I'll tell you about one guy. He's like, I have a clean slate on everything. And I'm going to tell you. And I'm going to tell you why. We'll talk about that this morning. I want to get into that. Plus, I'm going to do my own version of that. Of course I am. I'm a so-and-so. Of course I am. The thing that's hitting the internet so much, I got to do that this morning too. But first, let's kick off the morning show. The RyanORadio Penitentiary, you guys are in lockdown with us at 15 minutes. Whoa, at 18 minutes past the hour. I talked a little too longer. I was supposed to be 18 minutes past the hour. We are holding at 44 degrees under cloudy skies in the metro Atlanta area, and storms are brewing by the afternoon. We'll talk about that. Your active weather forecast is coming up. That's your time of temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. It is the 12th day of January, and we're going to take a look at today's daily devotion sponsored by Noonan City Church, 17 First Avenue here in the metro Atlanta area of Noonan, transforming lives for Jesus' sake. Sunday mornings at 8 a.m., 9:30 a.m., and 10:30 a.m. outside services. Inside service, once again, NCC PM. Pastor Jimmy Ellison and crew invite you out, transforming lives for Jesus' sake. My church of choice. Church I've been going to since day one here. Now all of a sudden, everybody else is like, hey, man, that boy on there, that radio station, man, I want to do what he's doing. Try to take from him. Come on over to church. We invite you to church to be a part of church, not to be a part of anything, but to listen to our pastor give it like it is. All right, from Jesus Listens, Sarah Young's daily devotion prayer book, we're bringing together Deuteronomy 29:29, 1 Thessalonians 5:7, Proverbs 16:9, and Philippians 4:19. Jesus, my loving companion, I am on an adventure trail with you. This is not an easy time, but it is a good time, full of blessings as well as struggles. Help me be open to all you're teaching me as I journey with you through this challenging territory. Enable me to let go of familiar comfort so I can, have a wholehearted yes in this adventure. I want to make wise choices on this journey with you. I need to pray constantly about these decisions, trusting in your perfect wisdom. You know everything, including what lies ahead on my path. My busy mind tends to have different various plans, but you already know what's going to go on. And I need to follow your direction and only your direction. In Jesus' name, amen. Yours truly needed to hear that today. I think you needed to hear that too. I think you need to know, follow that path right down there. Only God, only Jesus can get you down that path. Not a politician, not worshiping a politician, not taking the mark of the beast from a politician and worshiping them. Yes, I'm throwing that out there. Not saying that all of this would be fine if my guy was in, or if we don't let that guy in, I want my guy in. And it's never a girl, right? It's never a woman, right? It's always a guy. 1968 mindset. There you go. Anyway, Jesus is the only one to follow, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go ahead and kick it off. News time in the Atlanta area and metro Atlanta area. Japan says earthquake that shook nuclear plant past safety limits. U.S. warns 8 deaths possibly linked to a dating app in Colombia. We're going to dive deeper into that. ICJ, we'll get into this after the break, told Israel bent on destroying Gaza in a plan to hand down from the top. Iran seizes an oil tanker in the Gulf and raising Middle East tensions. Also, a leading consulting group is filing a lawsuit against Starbucks. We'll tell you why. And Vice TV's Dark Side of the Ring returns for a 5th season. We'll get you these stories and more coming up on this edition of the RyanORadio Penitentiary. That's your WQEE RyanORadio Penitentiary snips of news this morning. Your snips of news. That's right. Well, let's get into it. Our biggest news story of the morning is all across the United States. I'm not surprised because I read the Bible, but some people are surprised. How could this be happening? Winter storm Jerry is blasting the nation in the midsection with snow and near whiteout conditions, causing dangerous travel conditions as it cuts across this country. The conditions of heavy blowing snow and winds are going to create some very havoc roadways over the weekend. Jerry, I called it Jerry, is forecasted to travel through the Midwest to Great Lakes region and make its way up to southeastern Canada this weekend. Storms of this magnitude are fairly rare and will result around once or twice a decade. That's according to the National Weather Service in Iowa, said a blizzard warning is issued for much of Iowa yesterday. So they got some storms. Winter storm Finn is bringing some severe thunderstorms to the south. They got Jerry, we got Finn. That's right. Winter storm Finn, come on, Finn. Is that the guy from Bold and the Beautiful? Jerry has left behind some snowy and windy conditions in the Northwest, prompting some blizzards in Oregon and Washington earlier this week. Jerry is going to be spreading across Central Plains and Midwest, and showers and thunder showers are going to be part of the South with Finn this weekend. And we're expected to have some rain starting today and shutting down some of our school systems. We'll tell you that list in just a few. But they're now giving these winter storms names. Winter Storm Finn, guys, in the South. Watch out for Winter Storm Finn. I know some of you love him on The Bold and the Beautiful, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. He's going to come and blow some wind all over the area. At least it's not called Thomas, because it'd be way worse. You Bold and Beautiful fans know what I'm talking about. Oh, Lord, Ryan. All right, let's jump into it here. I want to pull off a few things to tell you about what's going on with some of your closings in the area in Georgia and Alabama before we link up with some other news this morning. Here's some of your closings in Georgia and Alabama. In Georgia, guys, Troup County schools are going to be closed today, as well as Griffin, Spalding, Henry, Clayton County, and Coweta counties, and Dade counties and Fayette County schools are closed today. Jasper County is going to close up at 12:30 today. Newton County is going to close up at 11:15 today. Pike, Meriwether, Strong, Rock Christian, Harris County, and Summit County all closed today. Virtual learning, though, over in the Alabama side, Phoenix City, Russell County, Lee County schools, Opelika City schools, and Chambers County schools have virtual learning as we speak. Storms are expected to come through, ladies and gentlemen, for the area. So we're expected to be prepared for those rainstorms as of today. It's around 11:30, 12. Everything's going to start getting a little bit heavier. Right now, you look out there, you see, you're looking out your window. You're taking an umbrella with you, too. Wherever you may be roaming off to, because there's going to be a lot of rain today and take you through the weekend, some flooding in parts of the area. We know parts of the areas of course, stay away from those riverbanks and creeks and everything because they could flood up over the roads. You know how some of the back roads are in Georgia and Alabama, even up there in Tennessee, as well as parts North Florida. All right, so we'll keep you abreast of what's going on with your weather as it comes in. But let's go ahead. Governor Brian Kemp of the state of Georgia here had the state-to-state address. He laid out his goals for 2024, including a salary hike for state employees. Seems like he's the only one who wants to give a raise to his employees, right? Like states do. And I'm not arguing. I want people to get everybody to get a raise. But hey, if you guys in the state get a raise, I'm down with that. Don't think I'm not. Also, plus more medical schooling, like at the University of Georgia, because we need more healthcare workers. There are less nurses and healthcare workers in the state of Georgia, and he's pushing for it to get more people to go to school for this. They are pushing. So if you have thought about this and you're young enough, you're in your 20s and 30s, go back to school, become a nurse. Ladies and gentlemen, make you some money, brothers and sisters. Come on. You got to take care of your old folks' family because, they're your old grandparents, they still think it's 1968. They think that working your way from the bottom to the top is going to get you somewhere because that's what Hollywood told them. But they don't believe Hollywood today, but they believe Hollywood yesteryear. So anyway, be on the lookout for that. Once again, Coweta County schools are closed today for normal operations and other news. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we still got to come. Israel at war we're going to talk about. But first, let's take and we're going to take a look at what's going on with your traffic issues there in just a moment. Brought to you by Killensworth Realty. But first, more headline news. I want to get into this one because it's important for some of you out there that are using dating apps. The U.S. Embassy in Colombia warned that the dating apps may be linked to suspicious death of several U.S. citizens in Colombia. The U.S. Embassy said on Wednesday that 8 Americans died between November 1st and December 31st involved in drugging overdose or suspected homicides. It's added that the deaths are not believed to be linked to, as they are each involved with different circumstances, but noted that several of the deaths indicate that the possibility of drugging, robbing, and overdosing, and several involve the use of dating apps. Criminals use dating apps to lure victims in to meet them in public places such as hotels, restaurants, and bars, and then later assault and rob them. Numerous U.S. citizens in Colombia have been drugged, robbed, and even killed by those certain Colombia dating sites. Be careful with that, ladies and gentlemen. You can't trust anybody on these dating sites. You swipe left, swipe right, whatever you're gonna do. You swipe left, you go, ooh, look at him. Hey Sarah, look at him. Man, he's got that evil looking mustache. He looks like some kind of 1970s criminal that would tie a woman to a railroad track. Ooh, I got to go talk to him. Watch it for real. It's a real deal. Take a look at your traffic issue here this morning. We'll say what's going on with traffic with the Killensworth Realty Road Report right now.
Selling or buying a home is hard, but especially today, you raise a lot of questions. Hi, I'm Amy with Killensworth Realty. My husband Todd and I serve the Coweta and local area. Our purpose at our first meeting is to learn your goals, answer questions, and provide resources so that you can make the best decision for you.
Good morning, Gail.
678-525-0047 to schedule a free consultation today to discuss your real estate needs. You don't have to do this alone.
Once again, as we get ready to get out there on the road, remember Winter Storm Finn is going to hit the south, but a lot of storms this coming up weekend. Be on the lookout for that. All right, your Killensworth Realty Road Report this morning. Midtown in Atlanta, Peachtree Street and 26th Street. There's left lanes delays there for another 5 or 10 minutes. DeKalb County, a crash in the right lane near exit 71. Some delays in another 5 or 10 minutes. No traffic issues on Bullsboro as well as Lower Fayetteville Road. And it's looking good in Temple Avenue as well as Bullsboro, looking good. Down Jackson Street in front of the station. Not as much traffic as normal, And of course, because school is out today due to the storms that are going to be hitting here about midday sometime. Also, ladies and gentlemen, heading down southbound I-85, no reports from Hogansville, as well as Granville Police Department. LaGrange looking good this morning, as well as East Alabama. School is out in all these areas, so there's less traffic on the road. So that is a very, very good thing. If you see something I don't see, shoot us an email at 99classicrock@gmail.com. Put in the heading WQE Newshound, and we'll be happy to get that news out there. News, weather, traffic, community events, sport events, whatever's going on, we want to let everybody know. Or you can call us if there's something detrimental at 770-347-9947. Phone lines are open. It's TGIF Friday edition of RyanORadio Penitentiary. We're going to put you guys in a penalty box. When we come back, Israel at war. We'll talk about that, give you a couple other things there, and get you ready for another day. Plus, I'm going to talk about this YouTube and these Facebooks, and no, I'm not bringing them down. What I said about it has come in true. Tell me when I'm telling lies. That's right. Some of you just can't handle the truth. Back in a moment as RyanORadio Penitentiary cruises on. Hope the zoo crew's doing good this morning.
Time for your active weather forecast for this Friday, brought to you by your friends at Active Pest Control. Active Pest Control, summer, winter,
Looks like you were able to like it this morning. Yesterday, I had people trying to like it, and they wouldn't let it be liked.
We've got a 90% chance of showers in here. South-southeast winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Thunder showers are likely. A few storms may be severe. Clear skies tonight with a low near 29. West winds around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Your Saturday outlook will generally sunny, high near 48. West-northwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday evening, a few clouds from time to time. A low near 28, light and variable winds. On your Sunday, it's high near 50, sunshine and some clouds, high near 50, winds around 10 to 15 miles per hour from the northwest. Mostly cloudy skies Sunday night with a low near 30, light and variable winds. By Monday, it's going to be plenty of showers by the afternoon, high near 51 and a low near 30. That's your active weather forecast, sponsored by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Active Pest Control offers the best services and prices to protect your home, offering both monthly and quarterly pest control services, plus specific services like bed bug, vermin roach, and flea control. Even if you can't see them, insects are all around you 24/7. Active Pest Control wants to be the first line of defense. Active Pest Control, repair, bond, best termite coverage around. Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street, Newton, 770-954-9941.
Walking, shopping, or on your favorite trail, you get that feeling that somebody's coming up on you. What do you
Holly will be with us this morning in the final period.
In today's world, hi, I'm Holly. I'm the founder of Warrior Defenders. As a certified tactical self-defense instructor, I'm
We're going to talk about
specializing in women's self-defense.
the women's self-defense this morning.
All ages have the ability to learn how to defend themselves effectively. With technical drills to build their survival skills, you can be your own hero. Classes and private seminars are available. Learn today to have a safer tomorrow. WarriorDefenders.com.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of The Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Hey, sports fans. Weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. Drive time on WQEE.
Yeah, I will definitely do that next time for sure. Sorry. I didn't. Now that I got your permission, I'll do it. I appreciate it. Storms are going to be all in the south. They're called Winter Storm Jerry in the Midwest and Winter Storm Finn here in the south. Good morning to Everett in Illinois. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if he's he's going to be going back and watching this on YouTube. He told me he's been going back and watching the show, so I want to say good morning to him. He said if he gets up early enough, he's able to join us. If not, he enjoys being able to go back and re-listen. I guess people want to watch me throughout the day or listen. I should have a show all day long, right? It's Saved by the Bell. What's up, everybody? Welcome back in. Come on out of that penalty box. You are back in it with us. 36 minutes past the hour. It is 44 degrees. Cloudy skies out there. Rain coming into the forecast in Atlanta here a little later on. North Georgia and Tennessee right now. Got some rain and storms going on right now from what I hear. All right, ladies and gentlemen, school is out in most of the areas. You can see that complete rundown on our WQEE Key page. Go to the Facebook page and I'll have the closings. And he'll let you know what's going on. All right, let's get back into it. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. If I don't see you again, a very, very good night. Good morning to Everett in Illinois listening. He says he goes back and checks out my YouTube page. A lot of people are telling me they're enjoying WQEE's RyanORadio Penitentiary, being on the WQEE Key page and being able to go back and rewatch the show. They can download off of the RyanORadio media page off of my Spreaker, but I guess they want to see my smiling face, which I don't know why, but I don't understand why, but hey, I appreciate it. All right, let's jump into it. Let's do this. Israel at war, ladies and gentlemen. In a major shift, the United States and its allies conducted a full large-scale retaliation against a group of terrorists that attacks in the Red Sea on Thursday. U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin said the terrorists were victimizing those because it was a part of Iran trying to defend, of course, Hamas. Well, the militaries of the United States and Britain struck targets in Iran and parts of Yemen. Sites linked to the area, unmanned with aerial vehicles, Crusade missiles. I didn't ever heard of that, but now I guess I do. Coastal radar and aerial surveillance were capabilities of targets and taking them out. So Iran is backing Hamas terrorists as we speak. And that is the biggest thing that people are not really understanding. Yeah. Hamas. Hey, who came off? Somebody got mad because I told them Hamas was terrorist. I'm gonna do my little thing. Let me see. Yes, I'm a radio show morning host in RyanORadio Penitentiary. Got to do it. I'm gonna report a news story you don't like. I'm gonna say something you don't like. You remember those little things? I'm a so-and-so, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that later on this morning. I just had to drop that in there. All right. South Africa kicked off its genocide case against Israel in the International Court of Justice yesterday with claims that Israel was deliberately seeking to destroy Gaza and with the blessings of the highest level of the state. The claims were made by South African and their lawyers seeking an emergency ruling ordering Israel to cease killing and cause serious mental and bodily harm to Palestinian people in Gaza. Israel's genocide intent was evidence from the way in which the military attack is being conducted, according to the South African High Court and its senior advisor there. The intent to destroy Gaza has been at the highest level of the state. But Israel political leaders, military commanders, and persons holding high office positions say that is not true. And they say that it's not a genocide intent, and according to even citing Israel's prime minister. In one statement, they said recalled the biblical tale of a tribe attacked on the Israel people as they fled to Egypt. According to the Old Testament book of Samuel, God commanded the first kings of Israel, Saul, to take revenge by eliminating their enemies by killing men, women, and children, and even their animals. This was a quote that was made out on after the October 7th attack. Also, the courts say, also Israel's prime minister and the courts say we are not intentionally trying to hurt and take over and dominate the regular Palestinian people, the Palestinian people. They are just trying to eliminate the Hamas terrorists from what they did. Court is today in session for Israel's defense. Wow, man. This is just all what's going on. Israel attacked on October 7th when a bunch of kids and a bunch of young people were out at a festival. That's all I'm going to say. The genocide case goes underway, and the latest death count for Palestinian Minister of Health says rose 147 with 243 injured, and bringing the total killings in Gaza to 23,357 and 59,410 injured since the attack on October 7th from Hamas on Israel. Wow. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on with this. This is the top news story going on around the world and everything. This is no joke, and I make no jokes about this when I make a joke about other things, because other things just are funny to make fun of. Let's just be honest. Let's make sure you guys are hooked up. We don't want this thing dying on me like it did yesterday. All right, we're back. I didn't want that thing dying on me on the YouTube dying on me yesterday like it did yesterday at the end of my show. I didn't like that. All right, let's jump into it. But I always take this serious. Rumor wars and wars. This is the wars that are going on. It's in the book. It's been going on. It's in the Bible. I know some people, I don't want to believe that. I understand when you're brought up to be uneducated and you got your 6th grade education and you don't want to learn anything beyond that. And just like you don't want to learn anything that's going on with the government and the difference in the popular vote and electoral votes and the difference in supply and demand and the world being shut down for 2 years. You just don't understand the concept of all this stuff because you quit when you decided it was boring. Now the boring stuff you need. There you go. But anyway, this has been going on for a long time. All right, when we come back from the break, we're about almost 15 minutes till the top of the hour. That's right. We are about 17 minutes till the top of the hour. It's 44 degrees here in the metro Atlanta area. Time and temperature brought to you by those wonderful folks at Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. We're going to take a break. When you and I get back right here on the network, you see behind me, 99.1 FM WQEE and all over the world and all over Shoutcast, Shout It Out Loud, RyanORadio Penitentiary, the YouTube, the radio stations, Earth Rock Radio, everywhere. When we get back, we're going to talk about Starbucks being sued. We'll tell you why they're being sued. All that's coming up after the break. I don't know. Is that the real Marjorie Taylor Greene? If it is, I don't know, ma'am. If it isn't, get off. I'm just kidding. It's only just started. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm going to explain that in just a few moments because I'm not ABC or CBS. That's why a certain guy that lies on their podcast is mad, and he's clean slate because he's realizing none of it's working. I got 50,000 plus worldwide on the Shoutcast and everywhere else. So there you go. I got more listeners everywhere. We just started the YouTube page a couple of days ago. That's why I think MTG. If that's Miss MTG, good morning to her. If it's not, oh well. I'm going to tell her that you're using her name. Yeah, somebody trying to mess with me now. That's all right. I'll let my listeners take care of you. I'm picking. We're going to talk about it. YouTube is not what it is. It's not meant. And if you're making fun of it, I know that. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and lie about. Wait a minute. Let me put my glasses on. There's a broom in the corner. Let me see if it turns into a lizard person. Oh, it's not a lizard person.
back just a moment and listen to Linda Kirkpatrick explain to you what Family Patterns Matters is all about.
Family Patterns Matter works with youth and their families to help overcome barriers.
Sweetleaf says he's got way more listeners than that. I'm reading off the Navajo Nation. Bob says, whatever. Whatever. Tell him whatever, Ryan. See, people are going up. People are going up. I got 50,000 plus worldwide listeners. You want me to give you the list? Worship my idol. Oh, well, whatever.
And advancing the kingdom of God in this hour. Join us each Tuesday at 10 o'clock a.m. with guests who...
Because we just started this page.
Business and ministry.
Are you trying to start a fight? Trying to act like I don't have more listeners than what some imaginary conspiracy theorists do online? Don't make me call Randy Rocket Cody on you.
Special year-end edition of worship as I play 2 hours.
You know I'm gonna mess back with him. That's all we do here. We mess with each other. We have a good time. This, we just started this. That's why.
Red Rocks, Gateway, and so much more. You don't want to miss a moment of this week's year-end edition of worship.
I bet you don't question. I bet you don't question. You're not showing naked pictures of Hunter Biden, are you? Just kidding. I bet you that ain't who it really is. Should be mad if somebody was using Miss Green. Be mad if somebody's using their name. Or maybe they're trying to make fun of Reverend Warnock. I don't know. We like all our politicians in Georgia. Real radio, not from your mom's basement. We just started this up because I hadn't wanted to do this. We've been everywhere else. One of my listeners said, "Hey Ryan, you need to go on the YouTube." I'm like, really? I'm like, I know people who are having problems on the YouTube and not making anything. They're like, well, just do it for us. I got somebody here. I drink coffee. Thank you. I love it. You got somebody on here messing with us. I appreciate them. Unlike everybody else, I appreciate you. You can mess with me all day. I appreciate it. It's called having fun. That's what this is all about. All right, welcome back into the RyanORadio Penitentiary Worldwide. We're just getting started with everything. Something making brain. Okay. I don't know what that means. Something making brain. Why? Because I don't listen to liars. Hey, this is Straight Edge Independent Skeptic. Tell it like it is. We don't tell you what you want to hear. Tell me when I'm telling lies. And guess what? You can't. Because you can't handle the truth. All right, let me see if I can put my shades on, guys. Over in the corner, I've got my broom. And listeners out there, I know you can't see this, but I'm going to put my shades on to see if that broom turns into a lizard person. Oh, no, it didn't. It didn't turn into a lizard person. Oh, no, it didn't turn into a lizard person. Imaginary conspiracy theories. All right, let me go ahead and tell you. I was watching before we get out of here, I was watching a guy that's doing a clean slate. I'm not going to bring his name up or anything like that. But he's starting to realize that the YouTube and Rumble and all this stuff is just not where it's at for his show. Burning brains, let's say. You're burning brains? MTG 25. MTGL 25. Okay, I thought it was MTG. Okay, never mind. We appreciate you, MTGL 25, getting on here picking at us. We really do. You're not gonna get. I like to have fun, and everybody can disagree. It's all fun and games here. Anyway, but I was watching this guy, and he actually come out and said, "Look, everybody needs to have a clean slate. The social media was supposed to be used to help produce things." Well, the thing about it is, I've been telling you guys this for years on my show, with 50,000 plus, millions of downloads every day on my RyanORadio Spreaker, all over the 25 different apps and everything. I've been telling you guys this for the last several years that YouTube, once it gets ABC and NBC and all these networks on there, when they started doing all that in NFL, that they were going to start pushing people down the line on the YouTube. I told you, I was like, it didn't matter if you liked some show on here or if you liked, I'm not going to bring up any of the guys' names because I don't want them to think I'm talking bad about them or whatever, but either side of the aisle, left or right, that you see and watch on the YouTube, they're just because they got millions and millions and millions and millions of followers, they're not getting the traction that they should be getting with those subscribers. But it's because it's not just because they're telling truths or telling lies or whatever. Not all that, some of them are just make believe shows, whatever. I don't know. I don't care about that. The problem is that you're just not with the major companies. It's about paying a lot of money to be on here. All right, let me get more subscribers, so I'm gonna pay YouTube, I'm gonna pay Facebook to get more subscribers. We've got our term limits of how many people can follow the WQEE Key radio, the Facebook page. We can't add any more friends. We got the top number of friends on there already. Same way on my personal page. I can have followers. We got so many followers on those as well, and on the RyanORadio Penitentiary page, followers. But for me to be with a radio station, the radio on the Facebook page, it's able to get it out there for more people to watch. But just beginning like on the YouTube, it's going to take a little bit more. But these major networks, let me get back to it. These major networks, ladies and gentlemen, they're paying a lot of money to be on YouTube. So that's where YouTube TV is becoming popular. That's why. So somebody that's going to fall off their porch into their pool and try to get people to get 100 likes in one day, it's not going to happen when you got ABC's The Bachelor or The Golden Bachelor on there. Sorry, it's just more entertaining. Or if you want to watch The Bold and the Beautiful, Ridge, which I told you guys yesterday about a woman in Massachusetts that tried to poison her husband because somebody catfished her pretending to be the actor portraying Ridge on that show. She was going to leave him for Ridge. But those shows, I mean, that's just the way it is. So I've been telling you this, guys, for years, and now you're starting to realize it. Means hope in English. Oh, okay. Thank you, MTGL25. All right, we're going to take a break. 5 minutes away from the top of the hour. Coming up at the top of the hour, we got news for you. Next hour, we're going to dive a little bit more deeper into a few other things, including Starbucks being named in a lawsuit because I guess they're using kid labor out in the fields to pick their coffee and their teas. Oh, that's why I go to my local one called Leaf and Bean. That's right. Starbucks. We're going to talk about that this morning. Also, don't worry, we're not going to be doing like everybody else. There's no additional information on Epstein's list, and we're not going to be drowning a dying horse. We're just not going to do that here, you guys. Also, coming up, we got some sports. We get ready for Wild Card Weekend football action. TNA Wrestling's Hard to Kill is tomorrow night. The first pay-per-view of 2024 for TNA when they rebranded themselves as TNA once again after years of being TNA and then becoming Impact Wrestling, now back to TNA. So we'll talk about that. We've got our guest, Holly Reese, will join us in the final period. We're going to talk about Warriors Defenders and she is the owner of Warriors Offenders, and how women's self-defense is what is needed in 2024 and what's coming up. We'll get into that with her this morning in the final period. Plus, I'm gonna do my little funny thing. I've been seeing these little dumb little things on the Twitter, and not on the Twitter, but on the Instagram, where they're like, of course, I'm so-and-so. Of course I'm gonna do this. Of course. So we're gonna do radio show. We're gonna do morning show host. I'm the morning show host. Of course, I'm gonna report a news story that's gonna piss you off. We're going to have all that coming up for you this morning and more. It's a TGIF Friday. Keep going up, guys. Uh-oh. What's wrong, Gail? You ask them to help out. I don't have, we just started this thing. You don't have enough, Ryan. You're not popular enough. Way more listeners than people that I got AEW people listening to me. They're changing their company because of me. It's probably somebody young. Hopefully somebody from another country, but yeah, it was probably somebody young. He's not right. I know about this sitting in my mom's basement and doing a show that my 5 friends like.
The survey of CEOs and C-suite executives also points to an increase in cyber attacks, the Israeli-Hamas war, higher energy prices, and the war in Ukraine. The nation's debt reached a new milestone in December, passing $34 trillion. Meta is going to start restricting content for teens. Mark Mayfield with more.
Where my brother Cyro is from around the world, he'd come on. He'll say, "Hey, leave Ryan alone."
If your team didn't make the playoffs, you may want to root for the Baltimore Ravens or the Philadelphia Eagles to win it all. Silvana now explains.
Popeyes is giving away free wings if an NFL
Free wings.
mascot wins the Super Bowl. It's also tossing the Buffalo.
If one of the bird teams win, they're not going to win though. Well, they're going to give away if the 49ers win.
Customers can snag a free 6-piece order of wings with any online or in-app purchase. They'll only be available 2 days after the game on February 13th or that Tuesday.
Consumer and business news, Aaron Ryal, NBC News Radio.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you what, we appreciate you tuning in here. Still to come, we got a lot in store for you in period number 2.
NFL postseason kicks off this weekend. Browns corner Denzel Ward suffered a knee injury at practice yesterday. His status up in the air for tomorrow's road matchup against the Texans. The Chiefs host the Dolphins tomorrow night in what's expected to be one of the coolest games in NFL history. Steelers battle the Bills Sunday in Buffalo. Cowboys and Packers face off at AT&T Stadium, and the Rams will visit.
Well, I got told that people, I appreciate that, Gail. I got told that people want to hear me in the afternoons. A lot of people go back and watch this after it's over. I appreciate that. I get a lot of views throughout the morning and throughout the day. But this is, I just started this page. I just started like pushing this page, so that's why it's where it's at. I got way more listeners everywhere else. It might be somebody like, you came off our network. You're no longer with us. You're not promoting our fake imaginary conspiracy theories. No, I'm talking about Starbucks getting sued. Probably. I had people get on there. I had several people go on there and ask, but not this morning right now. Why, you don't think I got listeners either, Gail? You think you're my only listener? You probably are.
Can be emailed to you every Monday via digital download link that never expires. That's 24 classic radio shows per month, plus the games, celebrity interviews, music trivia, and more.
I don't think people know how to get on the YouTube, though. I think that's the thing. So we have a lot of people watching on Facebook that sent me messages going, "You're not on Facebook anymore?" I'm like, yes. Got a whole lot of people on the Earth Rock Radio. The Navajo Nation loves listening. I know that I used to be on another network, but I guess right now not having only one person on the Spreaker is more than what they had all day on their shows. Let me pick up the Bible and read it and lie to people. Say that lizard people are real and Alex Jones is telling the truth.
I'm really proud of how Hunter has rebuilt his life after addiction.
First lady said what Republicans are doing to Hunter is cruel. Said she's concerned it's affecting the lives of her.
Yeah, I agree, but YouTube's been around. Most people are familiar. They know how to get on there. I don't know if they know how to get on there or not. I got a lot. After it goes off, there's a lot of people that viewing it. A lot of people viewing it. But there, you know, if I got down tall like that ball and said I'm Alabama football, stick my finger up my nose and say that it's all right to be a pedophile or be a boy, I get a lot of listeners, right? See, they're blowing at me now. Yeah, a lot of people are familiar with it, but there was a guy yesterday that says that it's not working for him. And he's supposed to be well known and got his own Wikipedia page and all this kind of stuff. He's supposed to be well known, and he didn't get no more than 30 or 40 views. YouTube is going, you got to pay to be on YouTube. And my company's not going to pay to be on YouTube. Not right now, not till we start seeing money coming in. And there's a percentage of people on YouTube to get on there that want to just get on here and act a fool, and they're not even as nice as MTGL 25 is. They're not as nice as them. Warrior Defenders is good morning with us. Thank you for joining us, Warrior Defenders. We'll have you coming up in the final period.
Cowboy the Force is Newman's own addiction recovery support center. We exist to provide recovery support services.
Getting used to a new platform here. Thank you. I think everybody has got to get used to it too.
And all of our information is available on our website at www.cowboytheforce.org.
I'm looking forward to it too as it grows. I knew we weren't going to start like be 1 million people in the first week. That's going to be the second week.
Right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Hey, sports fans. Weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. Drive time on WQEE. Braves Country is a Southern sports talk show with Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. That's Braves Country with Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. Weekdays, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
Hello, everyone. This is DJ Fernando of the 45's Affair radio show, where I play all vinyl 45s. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, Noonan, Georgia.
Welcome into period number 2, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? What's going on? You're in lockdown with us in the most electrifying radio show of all time. And if you're not down with that, we've got 2 words for you. So what? That's right. Coming up this hour, we'll do a little wild card weekend wrap up. We'll talk TNA wrestling hard to kill. But first, who am I? I'm RyanORadio Penitentiary, the host of the most, the one, the only Ryan O'Neal, and that's right, everybody. I am the game. I tell it like it is. Straight edge, independent skeptic. 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast, Shout It Out Loud over the RyanORadio media page. Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, the Navajo Nation, and Arizona. We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, and finally, the Jordan Communication of Family Radio Stations, East Alabama, West Georgia. And we're right here at WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key, in Atlanta and Metro Atlanta. We've got calls coming from everywhere. We got people from Montgomery, Alabama, from calling in here. We've got people from Atlanta, Georgia, and everywhere around the country. We appreciate you. And to my haters, well, I got one thing to say to you guys. Get up close to the radio dial and listen to this, haters. Whether anybody likes it or not, I am the man around here. And I tell you what, I appreciate you tuning in. We got a worldwide listening audience, and we appreciate everybody picking at us and coming on. We're just getting used to this new platform because most people are not used to it. And then, of course, kind of like I explained to everybody, YouTube is more where you're going to go watch ABC, CBS, all your major news networks and television shows and everything. They're not going to be somewhere where your local shows are going to get there. And plus, you got to pay a high amount of money to get a lot of paid subscribers. And, you know, people will kind of just want to go, why is it not do that? You know, they think that this is the future, and their imaginary conspiracy theory in their mind is that everything needs to be 1 million viewers every time you turn around on everything. Well, we're just starting a brand new era on the WQEE Key page that I've never used except for to put our great programming here at the station on. And now we're live here using it, and we're on all different kind of platforms. I know that people living there and sitting in their mom's basement think that their little podcast talking about the lizard people and all that stuff is going to get them somewhere, but that's why Spotify is taking that kind of stuff off of there. That's why YouTube's taking that kind of stuff off of there. It's not because they're not letting people have voices. It's because it's just not, you know, a viable information. And I don't care if you agree with it or not. That's why do you think the news network, some of the news networks are losing out? And the smaller ones, not the big ones. I've been telling you guys this for the last several years. People don't want to listen. I've been telling you, just because social media is around doesn't mean it works the way you think it works. Well, so-and-so, it's not so-and-so. TNA Wrestling or WWE Wrestling on the YouTube platform is going to get a lot of downloads because they got a television program. And they're well known. And they're on one of those networks that are going to be buying the time all over the net, all over the networks. Come on. I just love it. We still got Warrior Defenders. Holly Reese joins us in the final period this morning. We're going to talk about women's self-defense on this Friday. What a way to go into the weekend. Rain showers and thunder showers are likely. We got Winter Storm Finn heading this way. And I'm looking out right now, and it just looks like it could start. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a few. TV next, Ryan. Yeah. The wife said so. She's trying to get me to do that. I guess so, but we got a lot of great people in television right now, local television, that should be on the national level. I'm talking about local television like out of Atlanta, like Atlanta News First or Fox 5 or something like that. I'm not talking about your local yokel channel that is is the channel in the middle. What most of you have channel 6 or something, and somebody playing home movies. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that's talent. What do you mean, Ryan? That watching the Christmas parade over 200 times is not good. What do you mean, Ryan, that it's not professional when there's somebody on there that sounds like me? They tell me what I want to hear. What do you mean? I'm just telling you. I tell you that's how it is. All right. We're just starting this YouTube page for if you have any questions why it's not where it needs to be. It's just started. We just came into realizing we're going to use this. So, as a platform. Gail's like, I'm your only listener, right? Now we got word defenders on here. We're the only listeners. I got people who contact me saying, hey, man, I wish you were on in the afternoons. I can't get up that early and listen to you. I'm glad you got it on YouTube now. I can watch it. I'm like, dadgummit. I'm missing out on my audience. They're like, we just don't want to get up that early, right? I like it. I like this because I can do other things on my phone and not lose the feed when I'm on Facebook. There you go. There you go. But you got other people who be like, I want to come off. I don't want to have anything to do with Ryan. He's not got enough people watching him, so he must not be that good. Even though he sounds like a radio personality and everything, we want them boys to sound like they're going to go to the to go into the support the people go to pet islands. Pet islands. What is it? What do we like to call it? Predator Island. Yeah, Predator Island. We don't want somebody that sounds like they know what to talk about. 13 minutes past the hour. It's currently 44 degrees. Under cloudy skies out here. Rain in the forecast. Storms coming through. Check out the WQEE Facebook page. It's got all the schools virtual learning and closed today. This is why we got less traffic on the roads in the Atlanta area. Winter Storm Finn is making its way in with rain showers and more coming up this weekend in this area. Winter Storm Jerry is making it through the Midwest with snow and everything. And I think our friend Cher might have been snowed in yesterday. I don't know. I got to find out. I know Iowa got hit with snow yesterday. So one of our listeners from that area, she was asking me, you're not on Facebook anymore. So hopefully she can get in here on the YouTube too. I'm shared this everywhere. Hey, keep going up, guys. Keep staying with us. We got a lot to talk about. Coming up this hour, we're going to dive into Starbucks being sued, ladies and gentlemen. Starbucks being sued. Patreon account for special features too you can do. I need a Patreon account so I can make money. I just don't like asking my viewers and listeners for money. I don't know why. I just want sponsors. I don't like taking from hardworking people. I'm that old school. I'm sorry, guys. But if I do make you laugh, or you think I'm funny, or you want to mess around, or you're like, this guy don't care if I make fun of him on his page, I can call him all kind of names and he doesn't really care. Yeah, I'm gonna send him a little bit of money. You can go to my Cash App, send it to Cash App, $RyanShelander, $RyanShelander. I got a big bill I got to pay this month. But I do appreciate your support. Hey, where's everybody going? We had a bunch of people on there. They're going to come back off. What's going on? I guess YouTube's like, he's getting too many people. He's got up to 4 or 5. Let's make sure they come off. Oh, Lord. Let's jump into it. Some headline news for you. Some of the headlines making this morning throughout the nation and around the world. U.S. warns of 8 deaths possibly linked to a dating apps in Colombia. U.S. allies launch a large-scale strike against Iran and some of their rebels. Iran seizes an oil tanker in the Gulf, rising with tensions in the Middle East. Japan says their earthquake shook nuclear power plant safety limits. And ladies and gentlemen, closing statements to conclude the Donald Trump New York civil fraud case. Maybe I should talk about that. Piss some people off on the list. Oh, it doesn't matter. He's on the list, man. Some of the other people on the list voted against him. Uh-oh, gonna make somebody mad. I'm trying to get somebody to get mad and say something. Oh, Lord. No, I'm not. I don't really care. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. One of our top stories today, Starbucks. This is interesting because child labor is being used. Some of those beans for your Starbucks coffees and are coming from farms. Some of those beans for your teas and everything are coming from farms. And there's a new lawsuit out there right now. A leading consulting group has filed a lawsuit against Starbucks saying the chain has enabled customers and not told customers the truth by claiming that the brewed products are produced naturally and with good by 100% ethics. Nope, it's not 100% ethics. You know what it is? They say it now in the lawsuit that there's child labor being used and documented of child labor, that corporations that are a part of this, that are raising these farms and these corporations are using child labor, sexual assault, and other things are being reported towards this as well. So Starbucks is named in this. Starbucks hasn't really responded, but yeah, man, let's use child labor. My parents used to use child labor too. They used to make me clean my own dishes when I was a kid. I couldn't believe it when I was a teenager. They wanted me to go outside and cut grass and wash my own dishes and everything, make my own sandwich. I mean, child labor here in the United States. No, this is real child labor. This is slave child labor, guys. This is not something we grew up with our parents making us clean our rooms. These kids are out doing a grown man's work. And this is a grown man and grown woman's job. And picking beans for coffee and picking tea or whatever, all is hard work. Most of those people are getting paid less than people working in fast food restaurants. And we're going to fuss about all this and everything. So Starbucks, who employs a lot of younger people or a lot of people, saying they got 100% ethics, and they don't. We can probably have both Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Yeah, I don't want to do it. It will take a minute. I'm across some of those. I just would like for anybody that's on Facebook right now, come to the YouTube page, WQEE Key. Just click on this link because here's Facebook, and you can follow and get on there and chat with us this morning too. Because we have a lot of people that's saying, I want to try to get on, but how? Getting emails. 10-foot people in Brazil? No, not 10-foot people. But people in Brazil are in parts of the country, and they're taking these beans, and they've got kids working the fields. And then other stuff too as well. But that happens in all these other countries. And then Starbucks is like, we're 100% ethical. No, I'm 100% ethical because I've got my local place that makes sure everything is right. That's right. That's what I say. Starbucks. Look, now they know our secret. We're purchasing all of this fantastic brew and coffee beans from farms and co-ops that have child labor. Now they know. Dadgummit. We're people gonna stop drinking our coffee. Well, they may or may not. I'm not going to say that because in reality, there's a lot of child labor around the world that we don't even know about. And we sit here in America fussing over our stupid little politics, over our stupid little differences, over our stupid every little thing. Greatest country in the world, but by God, all these other people around the world have it way worse than us. They were shut down for 2 years and all this kind of stuff. And we just said, oh man, I'm done being shut in my house. We're leaving. I know other countries be like, what? Y'all went out your door? They didn't arrest you? No, the police were like, come on, guys, get out of the house. We're tired. We're tired of sitting here on the road and nothing to do. Come and get in your car so I can pull you over. No, that's what we did in America after the pandemic, you know. And we're going to sit here and we're going to fuss. Oh, I don't like so-and-so and I don't like so-and-so. I'm mad about this and I'm mad about that. And in America, we just like, whatever. While everybody else is being scared to stay in. Hey, 7 years bad luck if you see the witch dancing down the street in India. I'm not coming. There's still people sitting in their house like, I'm not coming out. I don't want to live 7 years bad luck. No, you can come out. It's all over. It was just a ploy to keep you indoors. In America, we're like, whatever. And then we're going to sit here and fuss about politics. I mean, really, come on. Tell me the truth. Tell me when I'm telling lies. No, we are the greatest country in the world. We are imperfect. We do have things that are imperfect, but by God, we don't have to sit around and play like we're going to have a civil war. Just watch it on the big screen. It's going to be a fun movie coming out this month, the end of this month, going into February. Not reality. Don't be arguing all this kind of stuff. I mean, slave labor, children slave labor to pick beans for your coffee in America. Now, remember, Kathy Lee was accused of that one time 2 years ago. Kathy Lee Gifford. She supposedly was having these kid labor somewhere or something like that, where they were doing making clothes and stuff. I mean, all this stuff is reality based. It's still happening. But in America, we're fighting, going, man, I don't like so and so because this person over here wants to be different than me. I know, right? Everybody wants to be different. We're all the same because we all get hurt feelings, but we want to be different. I mean, come on. It's like I said, most of you listening probably don't have the best taste in music. I mean, I listen to punk rock and heavy metal, Iron Maiden, Misfits, Metallica. I listen to good music, Guns N' Roses. Some of you don't have good taste in music, okay? Some of you listen to Jason Aldean. I mean, I'm sorry. Ow! So, I mean, anything. What are they getting sued for? A leading consulting group, a consumer group, is suing them because they said that they are 100%, their products are backed by being 100% ethics, and they found out that the coffee and tea is being produced from farms and co-ops that have child labor, and that other things, sexual assault and other things, are going on too, and for some of the older people there and everything. So they're like, hey, you said you were getting it from farms like that were being grown by hardcore working farmers, you know, and everything. Oh, somebody came off. I don't want to hear that no more. He's telling the truth. I don't want to hear it. I'll make fun of you when you leave. It's just how it is. But yeah, they're being sued for that. They got a lawsuit because they said that they 100% dealt with, I guess, real farmers, and they were 100% ethical. And this consumer group said, no, you know you're not, because we found out this, and this is where you're getting it from. And they got child labor here, this area, and this area, they got women being used and abused, and that. So they're suing them. Go for it. Take them out. I say take them out. You got to start working. We got hard-working farmers across this country and across the world that we need to be spending money with. They get up every morning before the rooster crows. Stay out every night to dark. And we can't appreciate them. And they're not using child labor. I mean, they might be using their kids, but that's their kids. They can make them go out there and work. That's not child labor. It's called chores, you know. Paul from Little House on the Prairie made Laura and Mary go out and do chores. I mean, it was called chores. I mean, it's called chores if you own the farm yourself and your kids there, that's different. But no, I mean, it's not child labor. So, but we need to be doing that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I do want to jump into a couple other news stories this morning. A&E Television now has got a new season of WWE Rivals and Biography returning towards the end of this month. Those Rivals that we're going to get to see is one of my favorite rivalries from back in 2000 for the World Heavyweight Championship between The Rock and Triple H. So I wanted to tell you about that. Hey, don't be popping off. Get your asses back on. Don't be coming off because you leave, I'm going to make fun of you. I promise you. I don't know who's leaving, but I'm going to make fun of it. Anyway, Triple H and Rock. Also, you got Jake the Snake Roberts and Macho Man Randy Savage, John Cena and Randy Orton, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, the Hardys, the Dudleys, and Edge and Christian's three-way matches, and more. I think you got Daniel Bryan and The Miz has. And in Biography is going to be behind Sergeant Slaughter, DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, British Bulldog, Randy Orton, Scott Hall as Razor Ramon, and the longest reigning world champion right now, the head of the table, Roman Reigns. So that's all coming out starting this month for all the people who want to watch a little wrestling there. I did watch the Cody Rhodes special last night. It was cool that they were able to tell even his time in AEW and show some of that stuff and how he started it and everything. So I give it credit where credit's due. That was a good little The American Nightmare Cody Rhodes documentary. I finally got to watch it last night. All right. Anyway, 28 minutes past the hour. We're going at 44 degrees. Watch out for winter storms. Winter Storm Jerry is coming to the Midwest, bringing you snow covered in all white conditions there. And in the South, beginning today around noon here, but it's probably, I know that Gail told me that it's storming up a storm there in Tennessee. So in the North Georgia mountains, North Alabama, and into Tennessee right now, there's storms coming through. We got storms later on. It's called Winter Storm Finn. Yeah, named exactly after the guy on The Bold and the Beautiful, ladies. Oh, man. I'm going to tell you that story again. If you missed it yesterday, I'm going to tell you the story about the woman who tried to poison her husband for the guy that played Ridge on The Bold and the Beautiful. That's coming up after the break. Stay tuned. You're tuned in to RyanORadio Penitentiary. Back in a moment. I got to tell you guys that story. I got to tell you guys that story after the break.
34 Jefferson Street in Newton. Today, we've got a 90% chance of showers in here. South-southeast winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Thunder showers are likely. A few storms may be severe.
All right, let's see. What? What? 1989? What? There's some messed up people in the world here. Let's see. Oh my goodness. I got to start keeping up with this every day. Florida woman allegedly stabs her elderly mother to death during a fight. Yeah, you better give your money to mama. Now come over here. You better give me some money so I can go get some drugs. Yeah, I told you about the man and Shakira. That is not the funny one. Oh wow, this one is. Good Lord Almighty, some messed up people in this world. Guys, and I thought we were messed up. I got to tell you about Ridge. Ridge from the Bold and the Beautiful.
Shopping for insurance doesn't have to be stressful. I'm Christy, owner of Oakwood Insurance, located here in Newton, Georgia. We're an independent agency with access to multiple carriers for home, auto, life, health, and commercial.
Oh, come on now. Come on.
Stop shop for your insurance needs. www.insurewithellsworth.com 770-755.
I keep staying with us. Where'd you go, people? Don't go anywhere. I'm make fun of you. Ah, yeah, here we go. This is it right here. Everywhere. I know every little thing's shocking. I haven't read that one yet. Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. Cloudy skies out there in the metro Atlanta area. WQEE, we are the real radio. Worldwide on Shoutcast, 50,000 plus of you. Earth Rock Radio, Arizona, New Mexico, the Navajo Nation, British Columbia, Isles of Canada, across East Alabama, West Georgia, and radio and everything. Arrested touching woman to see if they are real. Oh my God. The guy at the DG was arrested for touching a woman's implants. Oh, see if they're real. You know what? I think sometimes these guys, it makes me think, sometimes these guys, they just can't get none or something. I don't know what it is. I mean, once you done touched some, it's not like they're different. And why are you going to touch somebody else's that don't belong to you, that belongs to a woman who might want to let her special someone have the opportunity to do that? I never understood that. I never really have. I never understood that. I never really understood. Never really understood some of them. Oh, good, all these women not cutting. I'm going to grab every woman on the butt and everywhere. Well, I never understood that. Like, but I don't understand. Are you inbred or something? Was your parents' cousins or something? Yeah, they were cousins. How'd you know? They were first cousins. That's why we got all this money from back from the Civil War. Great-great-grandpa, he married his 14-year-old niece, which was my great-great-grandma. He had one of them there plantations. Yep, that's what he did, buddy. They want to change everything in 2024. They just want everything changed. Women want rights. You can't just kill anybody you want to kill. Can't smack a woman anywhere, grab them anywhere anymore. They call you predators when you go with somebody when they're 24 years old, want to go with a 13-year-old. Man, they call predators. Grandpa used to do that. Elmo's a Wilder did it. You say that some still think women are property. Yeah, they do. They think women are property. They think that think other people are property. Then when you tell them it's not true and you cuss them out and somebody like me stands up to them and gets in their face, they start going, they start crying and they go, I can't believe you attacked me. I can't believe you said that to me. It hurt my feelings. I have rights. I have freedom of speech. They start throwing the freedom of speech thing out there at you. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech to say racist things. Freedom of speech to smack a woman on the butt. Freedom of speech. It's cancel culture. It's cancel culture, guys. I know that's going to piss somebody off when I go back and watch this. I don't care. Tell me when I'm telling lies. You ain't going to make a lot of money by telling the truth, Ryan. Well, you ain't going to make a lot of money by them lying to you. They're not, the ones lying to you is not making a lot of money either. All right, anyway. It could be written by the Foresters on Bold and the Beautiful. I got to redo this story. It's just been in my head all night long. I'm going to do this again tomorrow morning because I know I got a lot of Bold and the Beautiful fans out there. The actor Dorston Kay, who plays Ridge Forrester, right? Well, there's a 64-year-old woman from Massachusetts accused of poisoning her husband's food when she allegedly was being scammed by someone claiming to be the Bold and the Beautiful star who plays Ridge Forrester on the hit soap opera. According to WQEE TV, December 3rd, Roxanne, we're just going to call her by her first name here, her daughter reached out to the Townsend Police Department there in Townsend, Massachusetts, and said that she was worried about the possibility of her mother could have poisoned her father. The daughter, Nicole, reportedly noticed a text message exchange from Roxanne's phone between Roxanne and a person pretending to be Kay, who plays Ridge Forrester. The scammer reportedly asked for money, which, you know, she provided because a rich actor, soap opera actor, really needs your help. Not somebody working every day in the business needing you to spend money with them. But no, I'm going to spend money with Ridge. And the character he plays is rich too, and they live in California. Supposed to live in California. Okay. And California is not a cheap place to live in. On December 1st, the catfisher texted Roxanne, "You have to get rid of your husband, honey. I need you so much." A few hours later, she allegedly texted, "Hubby got back, not feeling well. Maybe I can collect life insurance." I'm going to kill that son of a gun. And I'm running off with Ridge Forrester. Woo-hoo! Oh my God. Oh my God. Roxanne's husband went to the hospital not long after eating the soup because he started feeling dizzy and lost some consciousness. He said the soup tasted bitter. No! Doctors conducted a toxicology test and reported that there had been something in there. It tested for, however, the toxicology panel, only tests for opioids, cocaine, and alcohol. So all tests were reported negative. Her husband decided to file a restraining order against Roxanne. In an interview with the local television station that we just told you, WCVB, she said, "I would never try to poison anybody." This is what you get from watching too many soap operas. Let's be nice during Christmas. Karen, during Christmas, invite everybody over to her house during Christmas. By January 1st, everybody's my enemy and I'm going to poison them. The person claiming to be the soap opera actor said they were in love with her and wanted her to leave her husband. "I had no intentions on leaving my husband. I love my husband very much, even though I tried to poison him." Ladies, do you love your husband that much that you would try to poison him? She reportedly thinks her husband might have had a mini stroke. Roxanne reportedly would not let an officer retrieve her phone or iPad for investigation, so she was arrested for interfering with police officers. They eventually did get it and find all this information on there. NBC out of Boston reports that the police chief said that regarding the case, matters like this, they draw intense interest. But the fact of the matter is, these are real people, real victims, real perpetrators. We have to take a step back and do a overview. Roxanne told him that all the allegations against her, that's wrong. I'm a wonderful cook. My son even went to culinary school. I've learned from the best. My mom how to cook. And I didn't try to poison my husband. Even though in the text message it says that. Ladies, better watch out. Your favorite soap opera star is going to come. He's going to send you a message and tell you to get rid of your husband. Now, you got to spend all your money to be with him, even though he's rich. I love you. I want you to get rid of your husband. Now send me some more money. Rich needed my money. He's not doing very well. That dadgum girl he's married to on the show is trying to keep his son from being with her daughter. He's having to run that whole business while his dad's in the hospital. He's just having a hard time. That's right. Dad, Rich, I love you too. I'm not going to leave you. I'm not leaving my husband for you. At least not right now. They done caught me trying to kill him. Damn, next time I'm going to put more in it so he just dies right there. I'm going to my insurance agent and up his insurance. Yeah, I get a couple of million, but I'm going to up it to 10 million. You know? Yep, you know. My mom taught me how to cook. She taught me. Hell, my dad died young from meeting my mama cooking. I wouldn't have claimed that I was such a good cook. I got taught by my mom how to cook. I taught by my mom how to cook. That boy just couldn't handle the soup I had. You know, that was a special family recipe. It was a special family recipe. That's right. She was going to try to pass it down to her daughter, but her daughter was like, Nicole's like, no, I'm not feeding my husband that. I'm not going to use that special recipe, Mom, that you have for soup. I don't want to do that to my husband. It's a special family recipe, Nicole. I don't know what's wrong with you. My mom taught it, your grandma taught it to me, and I'm going to teach it to you. By the way, does your husband have life insurance? I'll tell you, I got a great guy that can take care of that for him. Back in a moment on the RyanORadio Penitentiary.
Performing arts invite you to travel to the magic world of ancient China. Experience a lost culture brought to life with incredible classical Chinese dance, magical scenery, and soul-stirring music. Shen Yun, coming to River Center for the Performing Arts, January 23rd only. Tickets at shenyun.com.
No one should eat my cooking.
That's SHENYUN.com/Columbus-GA.
Moving is a big decision. Selling or buying a home in any market, but especially these days, can raise a lot of questions. Hi, I'm Amy with Closer Realty. My husband Todd and I serve the Coweta and local area. Our purpose at our first meeting is to learn your goals, answer questions, and provide resources so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. 678-525-0047 to schedule a free consultation today to discuss your real estate needs. You don't have to do this alone.
Shopping for insurance doesn't have to be stressful.
I'm Christy, owner of Ellsworth Insurance, located here in Newnan, Georgia. We're an independent agency with access to multiple carriers for home, auto, life, health, and commercial insurance. We're your one-stop shop for your insurance needs. www.insurewithellsworth.com, 770-755-7053. We look forward to meeting you soon.
What is good? 99.1 WQEE The Key. We got the hottest new show coming to you live, The Jet Stream. Tune in every Saturday on your 9 a.m. morning drive.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of The Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because
No, it's already started raining.
Part of the show every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern.
Winter Storm Finn is in.
Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you as The Rod Peterson Show daily.
Close school down for rain.
WQEE 99.1 FM.
I am so sorry about that. Somebody trying to call me.
Hello, everyone. This is DJ Commando of the 45's Affair radio show, where I play all vinyl 45s. You're listening
If I want them crank calls. We make money off of being calling people. All right, don't call me from your call centers this morning. Sorry. I don't care about you making your $10 an hour trying to get me to do something. Don't call me while I'm on the air, or I'll put you on the air. All right, ladies and gentlemen, still to come, we got Warrior Defenders. Holly Reese joins us in the final period. But we got about 10 more minutes left in this hour, so I'm going to do a little preview of the weekend. It is Wild Card Weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Not here yet, laugh out loud. This is a preview. Yeah, it is a preview. Winter Storm Finn is on its way. A little bit of rain is starting to come out there in the metro Atlanta and Atlanta areas. Let's jump a little into my weekend ahead for football action for those of you. It's Football Friday, and we'll have a complete rundown of football from 12 to 5 today with everybody from Rod Peterson from 12 to 2. The Sports Beat with Richard Holder, 2 to 3, 3 to 5. Braves Country Radio. It's Football Friday. Andrew Baladas, good morning, is on with my lovely bride. All right, NFL weekend. Bill Belichick is expected to lead the Patriots after 24 seasons with them. Belichick had 302 regular season game wins and 29 years as a career as a head football coach. He spent some 10 years as a head coach with a couple of other teams before heading to New York as a defensive coordinator for New York Giants, head coach for a couple other teams like Cleveland in 1991, and in 2000 became the head coach of the Patriots. Let me tell you some games coming up. Wild Card Weekend starting Saturday, NFL Saturday play games. Wild Card Weekend, number 5 ranked Browns, 11-6, take on the number 4 ranked Texans. NBC 4:30 kickoff. The Chiefs, number 3, take on the Miami Dolphins, 8 p.m. on Saturday night. Sunday, number 2 Bills take on the number 7 ranked Steelers on CBS, 1 p.m. The number 2 Cowboys take on the number 7 ranked Packers, 4:30 p.m. on Fox Sunday. Number 3 Lions take on number 6 Rams, NBC. That's going to be Sunday afternoon. And the late game, that's a Sunday evening game, Sunday night game. And then Monday game, Eagles and Bucks, 8:15 p.m. That's what's going on there. Elmire's in town this weekend. Against the River Dragons. Friday tonight, 7:35, 7:05 tomorrow night in the Columbus Civic Center. NHL action this evening. Flyers and Wild, 8 p.m. tonight. Predators and Stars, 8 p.m. NBA action this weekend. The Pacers take on the Hawks tonight at 7:30. Go Hawks. That's in our Atlanta teams. Kings, 76ers, Rockets, Pistons, Trailblazers, Timberwolves, Clippers, Grizzlies, Heats, Magic, Warriors, Bulls, Hornets, Spurs, Raps, Toronto, and Jazz, and Pelicans and Nuggets. The Miami Mayhem. We had people keep going up. Miami Mayhem take on this weekend tonight. Fayetteville in town take on the Mayhem at 7 p.m. tonight and 6:30 tomorrow night. Quad City in action Monday. Let me go ahead and tell you, TNA Wrestling on Saturday, before we get out of this hour. TNA Wrestling on Saturday, guys, is going to be hard to kill. The first pay-per-view back as TNA Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to kick off in Las Vegas as Rich Swann takes on Steve Macklin. Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers will team up to take on Eric Young and Frankie Kazarian. No disqualification match for the TNA digital title match. Tommy Dreamer defends the title against Crazy Steve. Four-way tag team match for the TNA tag team belts. The champions ABC will defend against the Radicals, Speedball Mountain, and Grizzly Young Veterans, formerly of NXT. Josh Alexander and Alex Hammerstein, best wrestling match of the night tomorrow night. Two great wrestlers, really wrestling. Knockouts Ultimate X match, a six-way match there. Dirty Dango takes on PCO. Also, TNA X Division title, Chris Sabin defends against Kushi and Vikingo, the AAA champion. And TNA Knockouts Women's Champion Trinity, the former Naomi, who's been there for a while, defends against Jordan Grace. TNA World Title, Alex Shelley takes on Moose. That is tomorrow night. I just want to get that out there for you. TNA AEW Rampage tonight on TNT, 10 p.m., 8 p.m. tomorrow night for Collision. SmackDown tonight on Fox. And we should see the return of Blanca Belair taking on Bayley on SmackDown. Cameron Grimes taking on Grayson Waller. And Logan Paul comes face-to-face the U.S. champion with his number one contender, KO, Kevin Owens. What will the Bloodline have in store tonight as well? And what is Roman Reigns got to say about taking on Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and LA Knight at the Royal Rumble at the end of the month? That's all coming up for you this evening. All right, football action this weekend. No college football. Can't wait for UFL. All that's on the way. Still to come, we've got Warrior Defenders. Holly Reese will join us. We'll talk about women's defense, defending yourself on this Friday morning. Plus, we still have a couple of other crazy news stories for you that we're going to get into the end of the hour. So I'm going to go, wow, I can't believe this person did this, that, and the other. So stay with us. More on the way as the RyanORadio Penitentiary cruises on. Let's take another break before we end this hour and come back and close out the hour for you. Back in a moment. You're inside the RyanORadio Penitentiary. You're in lockdown on 99.1 FM, WQEE The Key, and all over the Shoutcast, 50,000 plus of you. Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Navajo Nation, and Arizona. British Columbia, Isles of Canada, across East Alabama, West Georgia, and right here in Atlanta, Metro Atlanta. Be on the lookout for all that rain. And we've already gave you some of the school closings. Ladies and gentlemen, check out the WQEE Key plays, WQEE Key page, our Facebook page. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Sorry about tongue tying. It's just that way sometimes. We will have for you the rundown of all the schools, closings, virtual openings, and so much more. That's all on our page. There you go. Back in a moment. Hurricane Finn is coming through. We told you about Ridge and the elderly lady in Massachusetts who fallen in love with the actor playing Ridge and thinking that's who the con man Catfish was. Now Hurricane Finn is coming. Not Hurricane Finn. Now Winter Storm Finn is coming through here. Winter Storm Jerry out in Midwest. They're bringing snow. We're getting rain. Back in a moment. Oh, this thing got to freeze up, don't it? It's got to freeze up when I got to get on here and get my questions. We got to thank the wonderful WOW Internet for sucking. It should come up here in a minute. It'll be good.
Who are sharing their faith, business, and ministry.
Extra, extra, extra. God's newspaper boy, Elder Gerald Alfred, is inviting you to listen in to the Voice of Reason broadcast, bringing you fresh revelation from God's Word for today every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. I'll have a seat for you Sunday morning at 11 a.m. on WQEE 99.1 FM.
It's almost like the thing rebooted and it's taking forever to come up. I mean, what the heck in the world is going on here? Nobody did that. You gotta love WoW Internet. WoW Internet sucks. It does. WQE, WQEE.
Hello, it's
Hey,
Holly.
hey Holly, how you doing?
I am good. I saw that it froze up.
Oh yeah, it's coming up. It'll be here in a minute. It just sometimes it happens.
I was like, oh, maybe I should call him.
It should come up here in just a moment. It's taking its time to come up now. It's just one of those things. Let's see here. They put it. Yeah. That's a nice way of saying it, but I'm gonna blame it on the internet.
Or it could be going on vacation early for the weekend.
Yeah. That might work. I don't know. Keep going up, people. Y'all wrong. Oh, been recommended by them. All right. So we got that. I gotta go down here and find you. I gotta go down here and find. I got so much. Here we go. There we go. There.
Oh, it's Friday.
It is Friday. I'm so ready for the weekend, but storms and everything coming through. People want snow Monday. They're already going to be out of school anyway.
That's what I was thinking. They're out of school already Monday, so they're getting a really long weekend.
Most of the kids are anyway, yeah. So, all right.
No to be a topper.
I know. Well, most of them are going to be out, and their parents can't be out. And jobs are not going to say, hey, you can go home just because it's raining. People's boss be saying, just because it's raining, we still have to get out all this stuff. You still have to show up.
Well, they just downgraded it from a 4 to a 2.
Well,
which is nice. But
well, we got all these storms.
that way.
It gets like that, but we'll have some storms. That'll be fine. I mean, I still have things I have to do, so I can't just go home and hide under the covers. I mean, from rain, it's almost like living out in Las Vegas again. Everybody was afraid to drive out there when it rained. It's like, wait a minute, it's just rain.
Wow.
Yeah, people were not quite used to rain out there. They've seen it, but they were not quite used to it. When we lived out there, I came home one day and it was raining like what you get used to, a heavy rain. I'm the only one driving, and I'm trying to get past people. I'm like, this is just rain, folks. And they're sitting there in their car looking out like, what is that?
Wow.
Yeah. People that were born there. Now, people that are from everywhere else were people who were from everywhere else were just driving, like, blowing their horns, get out of the way. It's like, kind of like we act when it snows here. We shut everything down. They didn't want to drive. So.
I didn't think that Las Vegas didn't get that much rain. It's like Oregon and Washington. They don't understand sunshine.
Yeah, no, there's not much rain out there. I mean, when it rains, it don't rain like it does here, and it don't rain all day. So, yeah. So, if people were planning on doing things or going out on the river or something, they could wait a few hours and go out. It's like that in Florida. There'll be hit and miss rain showers. 1 minute it's really hitting hard. You sit in your car, and then like 10 minutes later, it's hot and muggy and the sun is out, and you don't get rain the rest of the day. So it's just.
At least say Georgia has bipolar weather.
Georgia has bipolar weather, but everywhere does. So it just determines. So them getting snow out there right now, it's really weird in parts of California and Nevada that they're getting snow because they're not knowing how to handle it. Because snow's usually in the mountains and not in Reno. So,
Wow.
yeah.
So that explains, I mean, they've shut down DoorDashers in some cities because of a blizzard.
Yeah. Yeah. Not everybody has like up in New York and Detroit and places like that are used to, and Boston are used to going out and going and working and going to school in the snow. Not every place has got the salt and stuff and everything set up because it's just not feasible for them to buy it when it doesn't happen all the time. And it's a once in a blue moon thing. So yeah, that's why they had to shut down. It's a once in a blue moon thing out there. Earthquakes are very limited in Nevada, but in California they're not. But in Nevada, they're very, very, very limited. And when they get an earthquake,
I'd like to see where there's like a place that doesn't have a natural disaster in the United States. I don't think there really is.
no, probably not. Wow, somebody's car is going off.
I can almost hear that.
Yeah. It's right across from me. Oh, they took care of it. Oh.
I saw a car one time going down the street with its alarm going off.
Oh, man.
Couldn't turn it off. I don't know. I think I disconnected the battery.
I would have done something. So let me get rid of this. We'll be going on in just a minute.
Hey.
I had, I guess, a worldwide listener come on and ask me why I wasn't, I guess why I didn't have all the million listeners earlier on my YouTube. I'm like, we just started this.
Yeah, you can't start immediately. And I mean, I really do like the new platform because it does let me move around on my phone, and you can also share it to other people, and they can listen to it at work if they can't be on Facebook.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and you can. I knew it's going to take a little time for it to come up and everything. We got to get people used to going to the YouTube, the radio station's YouTube page. Like I said, I only used it as an extra tool to get my clients their shows put on there, so they'll be on YouTube. Now I'm actually pushing it, but I had a guy in Illinois tell me that he and a lot of people listen to the show in the evenings because they don't a lot of times can't get up early and listen to me. So they're glad that they can go back and watch it on YouTube. So
yeah, me too.
It's a positive. It's a positive. Plus, they get behind the scenes stuff like me talking now and you talking. They don't just get, which is
That's true.
There
might be a way to do Facebook, Insta, and YouTube all at the same time. We'll have to look into that.
I think there is. I just haven't. All right, we're getting ready to go on. Here we go. It's the final period of play, everybody. You're in lockdown with me on a TGIF Friday. Winter Storm Finn is on his way. He's coming from California. No, I'm just kidding. It's from Bold and Beautiful or whatever. I'm trying to make fun of that. All right, guys, stay with us. We're going to kick it off. Next, we got a great guest. Who am I? It's the RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm your host with the most, the one, the only, Ryan O'Neal. And of course, yes, I am the game. 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast, Shout It Out Loud. Across that RyanORadio media page, Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, the Navajo Nation. We're across the YouTube world of WQEE The Key. It's across Facebook pages as well as the the WQEE Facebook page and my personal Facebook page, across other Facebook pages. We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, and finally, the Jordan Communication and Family radio stations, East Alabama, West Georgia, including right here at 99.1 FM, WQEE The Key, home of Southern sports and inspirational talk. We got a great guest coming up here. We're going to get defensive. That's right. Self-defense is next. And to all my haters, I got one thing to say to you. Listen up, haters. Tell them. That's right. I am the man around here, whether they like it or not. I tell them like it is, straight edge, independent skeptic. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest this morning. She is the owner of Warrior Defenders, and you can go to warriordefenders.com. Great sponsor here at the station, and on Heart to Heart Radio every Tuesday and Thursday morning with Margie Conway. She's a self-defense instructor and much, much more. Please welcome our friend Holly Reese. Good morning, Holly.
Good morning, Ryan. How are you this morning?
I'm good on this TGIF rainy day Friday and everything. So, yeah. And you?
Glad to be here.
Well, glad to have you with us. Glad you to come on with us and talk about self-defense with our listeners this morning. Before we get into that, Holly, most everybody knows you as a great sponsor with Margie Conway and Heart to Heart Radio and Tea Talks and everything. But for some of our listeners, let's give a little introduction to who you are and what you do.
Sure. I am a certified tactical self-defense instructor with NDDT, which is based out of Canada. He's an internationally known instructor. And I teach and specialize in women's self-defense, and not just like certain moves and things, but we specialize in the trauma, the stress that we deal with when we're attacked, and we handle that in classes as well. And it's women only.
Okay.
It's trauma-free. So that way we can learn in a safe environment. And my classes are ages 6 to age 96, and I started this as being a domestic violence survivor.
Right.
So I'm passionate about this mission to help other women be safe and empowered.
It definitely is a good thing. Good. We talk about women power. It's been a big thing over the last several years, and this really is women empowerment in reality. So you told us about a little bit about yourself and everything. We'll get into why self-defense is so important for women, but I know that you started doing this because of some stuff that you had going on in the background. But why is it self-defense so important for women?
Well, a lot of women of all ages don't know they have the ability to learn to defend themselves.
Right.
And it brings confidence to them to, be aware of their surroundings. And that's the number one thing that a lot of self-defense classes and things don't really go over a lot is
right.
Situational awareness and stress management. And attacks can happen like randomly, like we talked about this morning with
right.
that decided that he wanted to feel somebody at the Dollar General.
Right.
And you never know how you're going to respond to that. So we have to build up our awareness and of the ability to understand that what's going on around us is so important. And if you don't train in advance and build up that muscle memory, you're not going to be able to react effectively to survive. And that's why it's so important to train and to not be distracted when you're on your phone.
Right.
In public, and not be an easy target, or carrying too many bags and things like that. That's something that the bad guys are going to look for, like, oh, she's not paying attention.
Right.
But if you're a hard target and looking around, then you can pay attention.
Well, self-defense is always a good thing for women. We're going to talk a little bit more about the classes in a minute, but self-defense, especially in the South, we always talk about it. We know that majority of us are carrying weapons and stuff, and some people are carrying them on their themselves. But a lot of times you might be caught off guard And tell the listeners why it's so important to take a class like this, because you might be caught off guard. You might not be able to get to that weapon of choice. So tell the ladies out there why it's so important to take a class like this.
Well, actually, I have on my YouTube channel at Warrior Defenders, I have a video about why a firearm will not protect you in all cases.
Right.
And it's one of the longest videos I have. It's an interview with a retired female police officer and how it is so important to know that we have to layer our protection, and not only layering it with, if you do carry, but layering it with other forms of tools, because you can't pull a firearm when they're too close.
Exactly.
And you have to also layer that with knowledge of what would you do in this situation? What would you do in the what ifs of that situation? And if you don't train on a regular basis, it's something that isn't going to come natural to you, and you could do the freeze, flight, or freeze, flight, or flee method, and most people will freeze, and that loses seconds where you can survive.
Right.
So it's extremely important to do drills and to know what to do in the what ifs, because as women, we're also out there, you got to protect your kids too. So you don't want a firearm going off accidentally and shooting the wrong thing.
Right, the wrong person, accidentally shooting some innocent person that's out there or something. And speaking of these classes, go ahead.
And they can take, if you're not fast enough, the bad guy will take that weapon off of you and use it against you.
There you go. And speaking of this, there's different types of attacks out there that we just don't know about. We just talked about one that, kind of them catching you off guard where you're on your phone or you're carrying bags, but there's different types of attacks that these perpetrators do, because I see an innocent woman walking by herself in the dark, innocent woman walking by herself just anywhere. And I know you teach different methods of that. What are the differences in the different perpetrators out there, including perpetrators you might know personally?
Well, a lot of them can be sneak attacks. A lot are TikTok challenges that we're not aware of. Some of them are going to follow you home. There's going to be some that will find you on Facebook and befriend you, and then that's a setup for something altogether that leads into trafficking. You really don't know, and I really don't want to see these women on the TV shows disappearing, which we see a lot.
Right.
And you really don't know when they're going to show up. They could be in broad daylight. There's been experiences here in our town.
Yeah.
People have purse snatched people, and people got hurt in broad daylight in crowded parking lots. So even if it's with your group of people, they will still pick the weakest one out of the group, and most people will go, and they don't know what to do, and nobody helps each other because they don't know what to do. So I've heard many stories in my classes about circumstances that have happened, and a few of them are just awful. And some of them have been able to get away, but it was by chance, and it's something that the people will never, you're not even really safe in your front yard anymore.
Right.
And we always have to be alert to that. And, there's a lot of people on our streets on a daily basis. If you go through the police files that we have on Coweta crimes, these people don't look dangerous, but everybody can be dangerous if they want to be. That's
true. Well, before we get to the next question that you got here about how many times a week self-defense class, I know that when you have these classes and stuff, and a lot of women are learning, as a male in society, as a person that would be the husband or the boyfriend of some of these ladies, or the father of some of these young ladies that are coming to your classes, what do we need to know about these classes that our daughters, our wives, our mothers are taking?
We talked to a lot of husbands and fathers, and the biggest the questions I have is, what will they learn? How can they get better? How can they be more effective? And what I teach is a mix of cross MMA, Muay Thai, Wing Chun, and survival tactics. So it's more about, it's not like karate where you go in and you learn a few moves. It's teaching you how to survive an attack, finish the fight, and be able to understand the stress level of that. And it's important because they have to learn it in different levels. There's muscle memory, and then there's scenario, and then there's full combat. So if you are a father or a husband, you have to realize that you have to be a good practice partner.
Right.
I do teach couples combat seminars where we bring the husbands in certain seminars to teach them how to be good practice partners.
Okay. So that's always good as a family unit to come together and learn this stuff as well, because a lot of times as a male, we want to be protective of our wives and our daughters. And if something's going to happen to them, I want to go out and do something. But by seeing that our wives can be Ronda Rousey and take them down and bloody the perp's nose is going to be a very effective way to take a lot of stress off of the whole family as a whole. So how many times a week should you take a self-defense class?
My classes, and they say, well, I took a class about 20 years ago, so I'm okay.
Okay.
But honestly, if you took a class in another foreign language and you didn't use it on a regular basis, how effective would you be if you needed to use it immediately on the spur of the moment?
True.
So they really need to, you can take a seminar, you can take online courses, but if you don't practice on a weekly basis, it's going to leave you. Your muscle memory will not stay there unless you've done this for a few, like 5-10 years.
Right.
Then your muscle memory will be there, but that's practicing every week.
Right.
So I have weekly classes that I do, and I also do the seminars. You can follow that up with those weekly classes. So you definitely need to drill on a regular basis to do the what ifs in your head, to do the physical. And it's not about how strong you are, how in shape you are. It's about how effective you are. So I also get a lot of women who are like, well, I have to lose weight before I can take class. No, it's a pain.
Right.
So these things have to be built up, and those skill levels need to be built up so that you're faster, and everything is layered on top of everything else in the drill classes.
Well, I tell you, that sounds good. It's like anything you do. If you're playing a musical instrument or if you're playing sports or whatever, you have to practice to get good at it. You can't just say, well, I learned this 10 years ago. It's like riding a bicycle. Well, I learned how to ride a bicycle when I was 10, but if you haven't rode a bicycle since you were 10, you get back on it, you're going to fall. So, and so that's kind of like what this is. And, we're here with Holly Reese. She is the owner and proprietor of WarriorDefenders.com, Warrior Defenders, teaching women's self-defense and striking back here in the Metro Atlanta area of Coweta County and more. And we're going to get more information with Holly here in just a few moments, how you can follow her and all that good stuff. Well, Holly, I'm enjoying this conversation, learning more about self-defense, because everybody just usually thinks, oh, we watch these shows, we watch these movies, examples, TV shows, whatever. You have women show up, they show them self-defense, they're beating up the guy in the big old outfit and everything. Now my question is, do you have a guy that wears one of those outfits?
I do have my husband who has the military combat outfit that he can wear. You will see him on my YouTube channel, but we don't usually have the men in the classes, but I do have Bob. And Freddie, yes.
Oh.
So Bob is the combat opponent.
Okay.
My Bob has arms, so he can fight back.
Oh.
And then, yeah, he's a little handsy. And Freddie is our floor fighting Freddie, who teaches floor combat and throwing techniques.
Okay.
And he's a grappling dummy, and they come with me. And the reason we don't have the men in the classes is because some women that I teach have already been traumatized.
Right.
1 in 3 women have had partner violence,
Yes.
We want to make sure that everybody's safe and they can cry, they can laugh, they can act up. And those dummies are extremely effective to teach. And we also partner with each other if they're comfortable to teach each other. And having a good practice partner come with you to classes is a great way to come back and say, hey, we learned this, let's practice it. So we do have the ability to have the person, and sometimes I will put on the helmet so I don't get punched or hurt. So they can, and with children especially, if you put on the helmet and they can hit the face, because you practice like you fight, and you fight like you practice. So if you don't make full contact, you're not going to always know how it's going to feel, especially with women. They don't know how it's going to feel. We're supposed to be nice.
Right.
Punch somebody.
Supposed to be.
So it
Sugar and
helps
spice.
to punch Bob a lot.
Well, you know, it's perfect that you have these dummies, because most of these these predators are dummies themselves for doing this kind of stuff. So it's the perfect example for it and everything. And of course, you brought up in that discussion there, we were talking about some of the women there having violence in their own homes or from former partners and stuff. Is there a large percentage of your students that are more of that, or more victims just from strangers?
I'm going to say the majority of the victims are from people that they know.
I was thinking that.
And that's the unfortunate part.
It is.
It's either teenage experiences with domestic violence starting in the teenage years, or it's partners or exes, or it could be family members. The trauma ranges. Sometimes there's a small percentage that have been in classes that have experienced violence or have heard of a friend who has been mugged or attacked or assaulted in public. So it's the unfortunate thing is as women we have to think about this more.
Right.
And you were talking about before we came on about how men don't normally have to think about, well, somebody's going to drag me off or me and my kids off.
Right.
But women have to think about it all the time.
We should live in a world. We should live in a world where it's safer than that. And I love that you're giving this safety defense classes and helping people feel safer as they're out there doing the everything day, like going to Target and shopping Christmas. I mean, Black Friday is the biggest day of the year for a lot of women. They should feel safe to be able to go out and, spend their husband's money,
Exactly. Yeah. And actually that time of year, I usually teach specific safe shopping techniques.
Right.
How to load your car, how to go shopping in public, how to make sure you're ready to defend yourself if you need to. There's anti-abduction videos on my YouTube channel as well to help them be more safe when they're shopping. And it really hurts me when I hear, well, I don't go anywhere without my husband, I'm not safe. Well, we shouldn't be restricted to that. And I felt that way for 7 years, so I don't want them to feel that way either. I don't want them to feel they can't be out in public. That's not fair to anybody.
No, it shouldn't be. You should be able to go, and we live in a free country, so you should be able to go and feel comfortable to go shopping and spend all day with the girls doing your thing if you want to, or if you want to do it by yourself. I agree. What's some advice that you have that they can take with them today about being safe when it gets so dark early, because it's starting to get dark early. So when it starts getting so dark early, what's some advice you can give to the listeners and the ladies out there listening?
Yeah, when it gets dark, people tend to stay inside, and it's because they can't see. So the number one thing is being aware of your surroundings. That's number one in all self-defense. Being aware that you shouldn't let anybody inside your personal bubble when you're out shopping in the dark. So if somebody's getting near your personal bubble, you make eye contact. There's a lot of myths involved in that. And making eye contact with them, not staring them down. We're not starting to fight.
Right.
You want to make this eye contact with them and step away. And then at that point, you put in your self-defense technique stance so that you'll be able to react if you need to. There's articles out there all the time that I see that we talked about earlier about women being touched in public, so that helps
Mhm.
with your situational around awareness, because, you know, in the dark, it's worse.
Yes.
So when you're in the dark, you want to carry a flashlight, sun device, body alarm with you. So not only can you see where you're walking, but the attacker will say, hey, she's aware of her surroundings. She's not looking around in fear,
Right.
not being able to see. And I have lifetime warranty sun devices. And 95% of the time, those are used as a deterrent. So if
Right.
somebody comes near you or a stray dog comes near you, especially if you want to walk in the dark at night, you
Mhm.
set it off, and just like stray dogs, stray guys disappear.
Stray guys, get away.
You know, when this one big one that I've noticed lately is that you need to, because it's darker,
Right.
you need to have your car needs to have over a half a tank of gas in it.
Right.
You want to always go to the gas station in case it's full, because especially at night, people know they can't see your car behind them. If they're going to follow you home, you need to be able to drive back to a police station or a fire station,
Right.
and get 911 on the phone and tell them, I'm coming there, I think I'm being followed. It's better to be prepared and aware. It's not paranoid. If you think you're
No.
being followed, do not go home, and make sure you have enough gas so that you can circle back
Right.
to a safe location to get some help. If you pull in your driveway and you think, oh, well, they went past my driveway, and you have this gut feeling and intuition, trust it. Don't go home, because they'll come back to that house and they now know where you live.
Right. Wow. Wow. There's just a lot of stuff out there that we can learn about self-defense, and ladies can learn about self-defense and making it a safer world. And before we let you go and find out all how to follow you, how we can get in classes and stuff, let's talk about some success stories right quick from people working with you. Have you heard of any success stories or anyone that since they started taking your classes that they felt more like, hey, I can go out in the dark and go to Target and shop by myself or something to that sort?
Yes, and those are the ones that I really love to see blossom in classes. Those are the ones that come to the classes on a regular basis. They will go out, they say, I'm not afraid that somebody's going to snatch my kids. I have my tools with me. I have my knowledge with me. There's been some that have overcome very severe circumstances in their own minds from traumas that happened years ago, and are now confident to know, hey, I could have done this. I know what to do now. And they're venturing out. They're talking to more people. And it's why I do this. This is why I do the mission, so they can
Right.
get themselves back. They can find who they lost, like I did. And that's the best part, is seeing them out in public going, hey, you know, I went to this store at night, and they'll call me and they'll say, look what I just did. They're not calling me saying, hey, I just beat somebody up. They're saying,
No.
I felt confident doing this now by myself because I know now how to defend myself. And I don't give them a false sense of security.
Right.
What I teach is going to be effective to help them get away.
Well, it would be cool to get a call. It would be cool to get a call say, Holly, I just beat this perpetrator up. I just whooped him. He thought Ronda Rousey.
I said, you know, I never want anybody to have to use anything that I'm teaching here, but if you do, let me know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I just Ronda Rousey his tail and took him out. He's got a bloody nose. Broke his arm. I just pulled a Ronda Rousey on him. Well, it's great having you with us here this morning, Holly. We'll get you back again next month. I want you to tell everybody how to follow you, how to get in touch with you, all that good stuff, classes, when classes are available, and everything.
Yeah, it's great being here too. I appreciate it. So my website is warriordefenders.com. I have weekly classes at True Balance in downtown Noonan. I also have monthly classes in various locations. I teach at Dallas Walmart once a month up there, so check their schedule as well. And I also do private seminars and presentations about safety to schools and and to companies who want to have their employees be safer in public as well. So anything I can do to help the world be more confident to know that the bad guys know we're not an easy target, contact me and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Sounds good. Back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have Holly back again next month. And we got more in store for you as we get ready to close out this edition of the RyanORadio Penitentiary. We're going to let you out on good behavior, Holly. You're out of the penitentiary this morning, so don't get in any trouble.
Okay, thank you, Ryan.
Thank you. Back in a moment. All right, Holly, thank you.
Thank you. Hopefully I'll see you in the studio next time.
Sounds good. Have a great day.
You too.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
That feeling, somebody's coming up on you. What do you do to be prepared in today's world? Hi, I'm Holly Reese. I'm the founder of Warrior Defenders. As a certified tactical self-defense instructor, I'm specializing in women's self-defense. All women of all ages have the ability to learn how to defend themselves effectively. With technical drills to build their survival skills, you can be your own hero. Classes and private seminars are available. Learn today to have a safer tomorrow. WarriorDefenders.com.
Active Pest Control offers the best services and prices to protect your home, offering both monthly and quarterly pest control services, plus specific services like bedbug, German roach, and flea control. Even if you can't see them, insects are all around you 24/7. Active Pest Control wants to be the first line of defense. Active Pest Control. Repair, find, best termite coverage around. Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street, Newton, 770-954-9941.
Moving is a big decision. Selling or buying a home in any market, but especially today's, can raise a lot of questions. Hi, I'm Amy with Killingsworth Realty. My husband Todd and I serve the Coweta and local area. Our purpose at our first meeting is to learn your goals, answer questions, and provide resources so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. 678-525-0047 to schedule a free consultation today to discuss your real estate needs. You don't have to do this alone.
Hank Arnold here from Coweta Force. Coweta Force is Newland's own addiction recovery support center. We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have
Boom! Listen to it on YouTube.
Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available
What
on
the
our
heck?
website at www.cowetaforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
Thanks. I do see the sun peeking out too, but it's going to rain. We're shutting all the schools down for a little bit of rain. And then the other day when it flooded, we were open. Makes a lot of sense to me.
Right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Makes a lot of sense to me.
Monday through Friday from 2 to 3 p.m. on WQEE 99.1 FM The Key. If you are a sports fan in Columbus, it doesn't get any more local than the sports beat. We cover Columbus River Dragons, Columbus Rapids, Columbus Lions.
Oh, keep liking and going up. Keep liking and going up. Good morning to Everett. I know he's probably not on, but he'll be watching later. Thank you. Maybe I need to be doing this show in the afternoons.
You can always message me on my Twitter page or Facebook page.
All my listeners will be up then.
Hello everyone, this is DJ Commando of a 45 Affair Radio.
Our prime time.
Play all vinyl 45s. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, Newton, Georgia.
You got that right. Thank you very much, brother man, DJ Commando, telling you all about the RyanORadio Penitentiary and the radio show. WQEE 99.1 FM The Key, worldwide, everywhere you need to be. Boo! Says Gail, listening to you on YouTube. Boo! All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about 35 minutes past the hour, 46 degrees here under kind of cloudy skies with the sun peeking out of the metro Atlanta area. We're supposed to have heavy storms come in. Winter storm Finn is supposed to hit the south, and winter storm Jerry is hitting out there in the Midwest. Iowa's got a lot of snow today, so if you hear from any of our listeners in Iowa and Idaho, I hope you guys are bundled up out there. I know you got some snow coming up. It's got some snow coming up. All right. Check out our page, WQEE, the Facebook page. It'll have a list of schools that are shut down and virtual learning and delays today, and some that are going to be leaving early as they went to school this morning, but they were leaving about 11:30 or 12 in different areas. In East Alabama, West Georgia, it's on the WQEE Key page for those of you there. Also, ladies and gentlemen, the winter storm is expected to come through. It's been downgraded, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens and everything. If it gets cold tonight and it keeps raining, then, we'll have ice. And that's what we do in the South. All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to do a couple of more things. I'm going to do this. I got to do this. I'm going to do this in a few more. You guys. I'm starting to sound like my friends in Brooklyn, which I love my friends in Brooklyn. But starting to sound like you guys there. Anyway, we're going to do, I know you've seen these Instagram, TikTok shorts where somebody's walking, I'm a so-and-so. I'll do so-and-so. That means I'll do so-and-so. Of course I do so-and-so. I'm a so-and-so. Of course I do so-and-so. I'm going to do that for the radio show, morning show host thing. I'm going to do that here before we get out of this hour, because I just think that would be something I want to make fun of and have fun with. And people are going, hey, man, what? What do you mean you're going to make fun of it? All right, one more time. It's a wild card weekend football action. Football Friday kicks off today at noon with the Rod Peterson Show. NFL action all weekend long. Wild card weekend. Rod Peterson, Moose, and the staff talk about that from 12 to 2. 2 to 3, same way with Richard Holders of the Sports Beat and all of his great guests. And Matt McGinn, the armchair quarterback from Braves Country Radio, previewing high school football, previewing college football action and talking about some of the top college teams, including a little baseball around the corner of spring training. They're getting ready for it, just not too long away. And they're going to talk about Wild Card Weekend. It's Football Friday on all of our sports shows. And speaking of that, we got NFL. Why did that get unplugged? Things are just happening over here. Gotta love it. All right, let's make sure we're all plugged in. All right, Wild Card Weekend, ladies and gents. NFL Saturday Wild Card Weekend begins with the Browns and the Texans tomorrow at 4:30 kickoff NBC. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m., it's the Miami Dolphins playing host to the Kansas City Chiefs. Sunday, we've got a 1 p.m. game with the Bills and the Steelers, a 4:30 p.m. game with the Cowboys host the Packers, the Lions and the Rams right after that, and then 8:50, that's Lions and Rams for Sunday Night Football, and Monday Night Football, Eagles and Bucks. 8:15 p.m. What weekend it is tonight. The Elmore's in town. The River Sharks will take on the River Dragons. Friday night, 7:35. Our River Dragons play host to them. And 7:05 tomorrow night. NHL action, the Flyers and the Wild tonight, and the Predators and the Stars, both 8 p.m. games. The Atlanta Hawks in action tonight at home at State Farm Arena playing host to the Pacers. NBA weekend, a full slate of games out there for you. Miami Mayhem in action this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Friday at 7 p.m., Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Fayetteville's in town. And Monday, Quad City makes it in to Macon for Macon Mayhem Hockey. So that's just a couple things going on. 20 minutes away from the top of the hour, you are tuned in to the RyanORadio Penitentiary, 44 degrees. Time and temperature rise by Act of Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street here in Noonan. All right, it looks like we got a great day in store for us with all this rain and all this storms coming up. School is out for some of the kids. Monday is Martin Luther King Day, and we'll have our annual Martin Luther King Day radio show, as we always do. Every Martin Luther King Day, we'll have our annual show. We'll play excerpts from I Have a Dream and talk about some of his top 10 ideas and things that went on with Martin Luther King on Monday. MLK Day is Monday. Plus, most of the kids will be out. We'll be back Monday for that. And if everything works out, this weekend, you never know. So there you go. Well, check out our WQEE Key page for all the wild card actions this weekend. NBA action, TNA wrestling, Hard to Kill tomorrow night, 7 o'clock start time. It's going to be on Fight TV. You can see it on pay-per-view. And tonight, 8 p.m., WWE SmackDown on Fox. KO comes face-to-face with U.S. champion Logan Paul. Also, 10 p.m. is Rampage, AEW on TNT. TNT tomorrow night, AEW Collision. So there you go. A lot of great wrestling action and other action for you for the weekend. Oh, yeah. One more time, Governor Brian Kemp laid out his goals for 2024, including his state of state address as salary hikes for state employees went up, and they're looking to push for more medical students and money for medical students at the University of Georgia to get healthcare workers out there, because there's a shortage of healthcare workers right now. And I can understand that after the pandemic and everything, and wow, people worked themselves almost to the bone back then, helping out and everything, and people not listening. I mean, before we get into my comedy thing, I just feel like a portion of our society wanted to listen to political conspiracy theory lies online about like the COVID, because they wanted the lizard people to have it. And then when they went to the doctor or healthcare worker or nurse, I'm not listening to what you got to say. Oh, my buddy Leroy, he lives next door. He's got a 6th grade education. He makes moonshine in the back. He gave me some of that moonshine, so I ain't going to get that coronavirus. I ain't going to get that coronavirus. And nurse is like, well, I'm just fed up with this. So I think we lost a lot of people during that time that just got fed up with all the stuff that was going on when they were trying to help people. And we as a society, a portion of our society didn't want that help. We wanted to keep saying that people in medical people didn't know what they were talking about. And my brother Leroy right there makes moonshine in the backyard with his 6th grade education, knows no more about medical things. His grandma used to give moonshine. She used to be a doctor up in the hills. That's more than what you did when you spent 4 years or 8 years going to school. And we're trying to get that back in the state. Yeah, I know, because I know someone who is in the nursing field, and she says there's a shortage of nurses, that even though somebody might do something that could get them fired, they still are not firing them. They're just reprimanding them because they have a shortage of people in the medical field. I feel like that has to do with what happened in 2020 with the COVID. And I feel like people were listening to the lies, snooze max and all these lies and all this pickle this and let me take a horse pill and I don't need to go to the doctor and all this make-believe stuff just because somebody had something against the other side. I have something against this side. I have something against that side. And then the other side was like, well, I'll take every single shot in the world, whether it kills me or not. And instead of going to your medical professionals and letting them tell you whether you needed it or not, people were judging this based on their own medical knowledge. Even the vet shortage of them even a vet shortage for animal care. See, we got all of that. And I know that we have a portion of our society that thinks that being on the YouTube and being in the Instagram and the TikTok star, that's what these kids are wanting to do and everything. And I don't believe that's it. I don't believe that it's all about everybody just wanting to do that. Not everybody has the goal like yours truly. This is comfortable for me to be doing on the YouTube, on the radio, or everywhere. It's something that's calling for me. Not everybody's into this. Not everybody's into being on these things. They have other things they want to do too. I don't think it has to do with people wanting to do that. We have so many elder statesmen that want to just keep blaming that. No, when you're sitting around saying, I'm not going to listen to you, and you got a nurse in your family, and nobody in the family wants to listen to the nurse about anything because she might vote Democrat and you might vote Republican, or she might vote Republican and you might vote Democrat, I'm not going to listen to her or him. And I'm not going to listen because they're, when your political bias and your imaginary conspiracy theories step in, that's what's caused people to walk away. Plus, we had a shortage of people during the pandemic that were overworked, that were called heroes. We called them heroes then. We called them essential workers. And now in 2024, like, whatever, I'm an essential worker. What, sitting on the phone, taking somebody's money because they want to upgrade their telephone makes you an essential worker? You're a worker, but you're not an essential worker. Sitting out there making millions of dollars playing basketball makes you an essential worker? No, it don't. Okay? Don't get me wrong, I love sports. Hey, I love all my bands I listen to, but I don't think Metallica is essential. I love Metallica, but I don't think they're essential, not compared to healthcare workers. Okay? But, you know, and I was an essential because I had to be here during the pandemic to give the news and give COVID reports worldwide every single day. That's the majority of my show was during that time. And then we had to drop in some fun stuff to get people to get their minds off of things because they were sitting at home. But when you sit around and you listen to some idiot that wants to try to make millions of dollars and right now they're losing all their stuff and they had to say, you know, you want to listen to somebody who's telling you a conspiracy theories lie as telling the truth, and because you don't like something that that's not a conspiracy and it's coming true. No, it's not. We lost a lot of essential workers during that time because they had to work hard and they made their money, and some of them were travel nurses and some of them went to other parts of this country that made a lot more money. Okay. And with inflation coming, because it was going to happen because the world was shut down, they had to make more money. So medical people really got hurt during all of this, even caused family rifts. Yep, that's true. That's true. And in my thought process, whether it's liked or not, like I said, tell me when I'm telling lies. I don't. And you can't handle the truth. The reality of it is, people would rather sit there and go with their imaginary lies, they call it conspiracy theories, tell everybody it's true because they just don't want to listen to somebody. And I have, when I have a medical question, I don't call somebody in my family that sets up phones or paints for a living. I call the nurse in my family and say, hey, you know, this is, what do you think about this? And then they'll give you well, that's not what that's okay, man. You're all right. You're not going to die. You just stumped your toe. It's like stumping your toe. You're not going to die, you know? So, you know, that's who you want to listen to, not somebody that, well, I'll tell you what, man, take some of this moonshine out here that old cousin Leroy got. Drink it, man. And you ain't going that knot on your nose, it's going to disappear, man. COVID, man, it's not real, man. The Rona ain't real, man. The Rona ain't real. I don't care how many people die from Rona. You know, so, and I'm not telling you should have took the vaccination or not. That's not me. I'm not a medical professional. These people were medical professionals. They went through a lot of you-know-what during that time. And so I'm glad that the state of Georgia is investing in that. I'm glad that that's going to be something big that Governor Brian Kemp is investing in. And for those of you that's thought about doing in the healthcare world out there that's listening to me, go and do it. Go and do it. You're going to be the medical expert in your family. If you can handle blood and all that kind of stuff and it doesn't bother you, and you can watch your kids bust open their head and you're like, come on, let me fix that for you. I couldn't do that. I'd be like, ah! You're like, it's all right. You just got a hole in his head. I'll fix it. Then you're probably called to do this. All right. We're back in a moment. It does take a special person to be in the medical field.
Values that will last a lifetime. Why don't you check out the best-selling Adventure Bible? It's the #1 Bible for kids, allowing them to take an exciting journey through each chapter with full-color illustrations, memory verses, hands-on activities, and more. The Adventure Bible is now available in 4 translations. It's the perfect Bible to encourage your children to stay in Scripture. Do you know at adventurebible.com you'll find over 700 free games, activities, teaching resources, and more. Visit adventurebible.com today. Hi, Lisa Wolf to tell you that the 5-hour Hollywood 360 show and the 30-minute Radio Rarities podcast can be emailed to you every Monday via digital download link that never expires. That's 24 classic radio shows per month, plus the games, celebrity interviews, music trivia, and much more. Listen to Hollywood 360 at Radio Rarities.
Sun is coming out a little bit in your area.
Hollywood360radio.com to subscribe. That's Hollywood360radio.com.
And buying some pretzel sticks?
Excuse me?
This is your wake-up call from TrackPhone Wireless.
Okay.
What if you didn't eat all those pretzel sticks by the end of the month, so this store took them back?
Good luck.
That's how some wireless companies are with your data, but TrackPhone Wireless gives you unlimited carryover data with active service, so you keep what you pay for. Plans start at $20 a month.
Wow, that's cool.
Sir, are you bothering the customers? Hang on.
This is your wake-up call, people. TrackPhone Wireless. Now you're in control.
See terms and conditions at trackphone.com.
Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. We're going to close out the show this morning with some fun for you. That's what I got to do. I close it out with some fun. Yeah, yeah. It's time to close it out with some fun. Guys, you remember what? You've probably seen this on the YouTube where people are walking going, I'm so-and-so. Of course that means I'm so-and-so. I'm so-and-so. Of course that means I'm so-and-so. Well, I got to do that this morning just to mess with them. I mean, I see it everywhere. I'm like, what kind of trend is this? So I'm going to jump in on the trend. But here we go. I'm a morning radio show host. Of course I'm going to read a news story that you don't like. I'm a morning show radio show whore. That was wrong. I'm a morning show radio show horse. Let's do this right. I said horse. First I said something else. It might be that other too. Storm's here, says Gail. All right, let's do it over. I'm a morning show radio show host. Of course I'm going to read a news report you don't like. I'm a morning show radio show host. Of course I'm going to say something out loud that you're thinking. I'm a morning show radio show host. I'm a morning show radio show host, not horse, but host. I get up early and go to bed late, of course. I'm a morning show radio show host. I'm going to make a joke out of everything that I talk about. I'm a morning show radio show host. I'm going to drink coffee every morning when I don't like it. There you go. I had to do that. Those people just walking out of it. And I kept saying horse before I got it. I finally got the 5 or 6 one of them out right. 5 or 6 or 7 of them out right. That's right. Oh, Lord. Yes. I'm a morning radio show host. I'm going to read a news article you don't like. I'm a morning radio show host. I get up early and go to bed late. I'm a morning show radio show host. I'm going to make a joke out of everything. Oh, Lord. There you go. I had to do that. Everybody's going to say, he's a horse. When he goes back, you'll see the funny other parts. Yeah, you got to. All right. I had to do that just because I saw a couple of those. I'm like, man, these. Some of them are funny, and some of them I'm like, really? You're just trying to get on the trend? Well, let me get in on the trend. Got to make myself something. All right. Well, stay tuned, guys. It is Friday, and we're getting ready to get out of here. Stay tuned. Following us on the network here on WQEE. It's House of Lights full hour. First, Wisdom Cafe with Donna and the crew, and then Lyrical Wisdom with Donna and Bruce. At 11 a.m. is Focus on the Family. 11:30, returning live to the studio, Hope, Healing, and Inspiration with Tristan Mobile Chaplain and Railroad Music. Great guest this morning. A pastor is going to be on the show with them from Columbus, Georgia. Also, it's the Football Friday edition of What's Coming Up, kicking off at noon. Rod Peterson from 12 to 2, Sports Beat Richard Holdridge from 2 to 3, and Braves Country Radio with Matt McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks from 3 to 5. And we got a great weekend of great programming Saturday night, old radio shows from 7 to midnight, Sunday morning programming, and more. You need to get ready for that. Storms are supposed to be in here by midday. Most of the schools are closed or taking virtual learning in our area. And of course, it's Winter Storm Finn making its way to the south. And it's Winter Storm Jerry making their way to the Midwest and Iowa, Idaho. All you guys are getting snow because of that. It's not my fault. That's Jerry's fault. But you are Jerry's kids now, so not spelled the same way. And Finn is making his way from the Bold and the Beautiful here in the south to the south. I had to say that for your Bold and the Beautiful fans. All right, we're going to get out of here. I want to thank Holly Reese from Warrior Defenders for being our guest this morning. I want to thank all of you guys for being a part of the radio show. You guys have a great weekend. Be careful out there. Great Monday morning. Most of you will be off because Martin Luther King Day. School will be out Monday. But I'll be back for our MLK show Monday. Until we meet again, peace, love, respect. I'm out of here. WQEE.
Hey, Brian.
Hey.
The door's locked.
I thought somebody already came in and unlocked the door. All right. I'm coming down.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you guys later.